Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I am your fervent Game Master Tom, and this is episode 12, Forgotten Temple. Thanks for tuning in and listening to the show, and please drop by our website, ingloriousbards.com, our Podbean account, iTunes, Facebook, Twitter, and leave us a message. Let us know what you think about this episode. We want to hear your thoughts about the podcast. In our last adventure, the heroes made contact with the Bogligs and joined them in their 5-stone challenge. No sooner had the challenge come to an end when a band of orcs came running out of the swamp with swords and bows. And in the middle of that chaos, a kraken hatchling rose out of the bog and started eating everything that moved. Having completed the challenge and dispatching the hatchling, the heroes now return back to the Boglig camp to speak with the chief. What will the chief say to the heroes, and will they find their lost merchant friend? The adventure begins. Several days outside the city of Tullus, a group of frog folk known as the Boglig have made their village along a branch of the Greeny River. A trade group known as the Charlanders have been eager to make a deal with the Bogligs, offering shiny baubles in exchange for passage of their barges free from harassment. Our 4 heroes have traveled to this village to make this arrangement, only to find that they must prove their strength before being allowed to speak with the Boglig chief. So they raced atop large lizard mounts across a murky swamp, wrestled against the Bogligs, and tossed wooden hoops with great agility in a tribal game known as the 5-Stone Challenge. During the celebration of their victory, the heroes and Bogligs were attacked by an orc warband. No sooner had that battle begun when a massive kraken hatchling rose from the swamp and attacked everything around it. With great perseverance, the heroes and a few orcs felled the great beast and staggered away from the battleground. The heroes, exhausted and covered in muck from the swamp, lead the Bogligs, several of their younglings, and the lizard mounts back to the village. Night has fallen, and the welcome torches that light up the village are a welcome sight. You walk out on the large floating dock of wooden poles lashed together and bring your group to the center of the thatched homes. Crack, the Boglig who took you to the challenge, speaks briefly before turning the attention of the tribe over to you. Crack says, "Outsiders ride for 5-stone challenge. Much shoving, falling, tossing. All stones hooped before end of waters. But orc attack feast." The whole crowd is just watching intently. "Men," he points to the 4 of you, "fight orcs and save younglings. But great evil sits from swamp. Eater of swamp eats again." There's this murmuring and concerned croaking from the Bogligs. "Men protect Bogligs for 2 times and charge great eater." The entire crowd is just enraptured. Brock then motions to the 4 of you to tell your side of the story.
Everyone steps back except for Buck.
We protected you. We fought the orcs that attacked us, and the large beast, the large kraken.
Goblin Force?
Goblin Force! No, yeah, Puck just explains what happened. I don't know what exactly they're looking for.
He didn't finish the story. No one knows how the story's ending.
I'm on Claire's throat. Eater of, what did he call him? Eater of swamp. Ate Ogrum. Mighty Ogrum got eaten.
Oh, the dwarf.
Still picking stuff out of my teeth. Avius, big magic, cast fire upon Eater of swamp. Puck, little goblin, mighty goblin force. Healed, helped, killed other orcs. Elmon, shot some arrows. Helped out a little.
Elmon kill mini orcs.
Ogrim killed no orcs.
While someone from the crowd, where Great Eater?
He's dead.
And with that, one
Swamp
of you
eaters.
slings over a bloody bag. From that battle scene, you've recovered 40 silver from the orcs, so you guys can
One
somehow...
gold each, awesome.
40 silver from the orcs.
Fight something bigger next time.
As well as you've also recovered 7 of their poisoned orc arrows,
Ooh,
if you want to
That's
use
handy.
those. And one of you may make a survival roll to have harvested its last remaining eyeball that will be worth quite a bit of money to a right buyer back in the city.
I will
Elmon?
do the harvesting.
All right.
Leave it to the hunter.
10?
10 total survival roll. You have cut out the eyeball and slam it down on this bag and unfurl this giant weird eyes with nerve endings dangling off the edge.
Yeah.
And the crowd just goes, "Oh!" And there's some, again, croaking and chirping. Grack the boglig says, "Great fighters, all." And then he walks over to a couple of the bogligs and has to do the challenging honors of letting them know that 2 of the bogligs did not make it back alive.
Something before they would have left the scene, Puck was very concerned about the dragon. Or not the dragon, I keep calling it dragon, but the lizard. Pokey that he
Oh, yeah.
made connection with. And last we heard of him, he was flung away. Where is he?
He is here in the village.
Okay.
He is not harmed much, and you helped walk him back from
Very good.
from the area. He's lashed in a small pen with a couple of the other lizards.
Is it clear who is in charge of handling the lizards?
Yes.
Oh, who's that?
It's a boglig who's very tall but thin.
Puck wants to go over to him.
Okay. You part the crowd. They touch you gently in some sort of sign of respect, like a patting of the back, but it's just more of this awkward groping of the back as you go by. And you walk past them. You head over towards this pen that's on this gently floating dock as the river rushes by. And there's a couple of these giant lizards. One pokes its head through, and it's your friend Pokey.
To scratch him behind the ear.
It likes it, and it licks your hand, and also
Yeah.
tries to bite your hand.
Yeah.
And you walk up to the caretaker of the lizards, and what do you say?
I pat my chest. I'm Puck. Who are you?
I'm Gruen.
Gruen, it is good to meet you. Your lizard. Lizard did very well in fight. This one right here.
He points at it and then almost loses his finger.
Would you trade? Can Puck trade for lizard?
He looks confused. Lizard for 5 stones.
Lizard for Puck.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage from the tail that Elmon really helps sell.
15?
What trade?
I show him those 2 pearl rings that I grabbed a few
He takes 'em.
adventures ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's good.
He takes them. He gives you the keys to the lizard.
very good.
Starts casting level 3 fireballs everywhere.
Yeah.
He says, "Yes, good trade."
Good trade.
These guys are
Tatonka.
hooked on the baubles. All right, you now have a lizard that loves to bite anything within mouth reach,
Yeah.
close in toe. What are you gonna do with him? Where are you gonna put him? I don't know what your plan is.
We'll see.
All right,
Put that in your equipment list.
Mm-hmm.
one pokey.
I also want to sidle up to Elmon, and
Which you can now do literally.
Yeah. And
It's a little awkward.
slide him the magic regeneration ring.
All right.
I'll slip that ring on.
What?
It's,
Wait a minute.
D8 plus 2 upon death.
That's nice. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, potentially. This 5 here was
1d8 plus 2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And how many poison arrows did Elmon acquire?
7.
And
Double
can I get
check.
some stats on those?
Double check again. 7 poisoned orc arrows. After you hit the target, they have to make a DC 14 Constitution save or become poisoned. And poisoned is, oh sweet, they're disadvantaged on ability checks and attack rolls. You can mess someone up.
Great.
All right, what's your plan? What do you guys want to do?
I want to go up to, Puck wants to go up to Grack
Okay.
and ask him about the sick one.
All right, you go up to Grack. Grack is there. He is still telling the tale with big hand motions, and young boglegs who weren't able to go are just enraptured, and some of the other ones are. He stops and sees you and comes up. It's a different tone now, as opposed to they're wary of you, which they surely were when you arrived, or even kind of mocking indifference that you're going to make idiots of yourself and are challenged that they had earlier this afternoon. Now it's a, oh, hey, I'll stop everything I'm doing. You need me. And he comes right up to you.
Grack, Puck, healer.
Grack, bogleg.
Show me. Take me to sick one.
Sick
Take me
one.
to hurt.
Oh, only Chief Grimgrim allow.
Okay. When can we meet Chief Grimgrim?
I think it's time.
You slew him.
We may see Grimgrim. And he grabs you gently by the shoulder to lead you towards the chief. Oh,
Okay.
Just the two of you, apparently.
Just Elmon and just
You're the only one there.
okay. I try to see if don't see these guys anywhere, so I'm going on.
Do we see this?
You can see Puck is doing some nefarious Cylon-like business with this bogleg.
Well, Grim can't really see over any of the bog legs around him. It's just, he's in a
Where's
grove of
Puck
them.
going?
Having been victim of Cylon-like behavior in the past, I will.
I don't know what you mean. Where's my gun?
Right. Come on, boys. I think there's something afoot, and start heading over towards.
All right, Avis and Elmond head over there. Olgrim, you were just yanked out of a great little fun conversation with some people and just pulled by your ear by Elmond.
No, these are all real. Whoa!
And the four of you with Grack head towards a large, squat house, which is the chief's structure.
I'm glad you guys found me. I was looking all over for you.
We were just right over there.
Sorry.
You pass inside. There's a kind of a scaly, leathery, flat door that Grack parts. He says something in a weird croaky word, and there's a croaky response from this darkness. Your eyes get used to it, especially those of you with low light. And you can see inside is a primitive shaman hut. It's the nicest of any of the buildings you've seen here, but still pretty primitive. Lots of decorations, animalistic things, shamanistic things. They make a lot of use from the nature around them, obviously. At the far side of this hut comes an old bogleg. He's has challenge even moving. Each step seems like there's pain. He's weak. He's kind of hunched over, and yet even on these unevenly spaced floorboard type thing, he still has very sure footing and is making his way over. And Grack retells the story and finishes with great warriors of men. And Chief Grimgrim nods. You come from city?
Yes.
Hey,
Uh-huh.
Why city here?
We have come to ask mighty boglegs and mighty wise chief, Grimgrim, for passage for Charlander, a group of traders through your illustrious bog.
Charlander's flag white. And that seems correct. That was on their trade house, a white flag picture.
Yes, that is Charlander. Flag white.
You wish for Charlander for going to boglig waters?
Yes.
Yes. And he holds out two hands in some weird cross shape towards you as some sort of sign.
Can I make an insight roll?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna best guess. I will reciprocate the motion.
All right. He then places his two on top of your two, and there's this weird, gentle little touching of the hands, and he nods. Charlander's pass for great warriors. He motions to the four of you with a trembling hand.
We've also heard you have sick person here.
Puck is healer.
Puck is healer, and I believe he may be our friend. We would like to see him, mighty Grimgrim Chief.
Ooh. He steps back and walks over to a weird mat area and lifts over some leather type thing and another leather type thing. He's looking amongst some belongings where you see there's lots of shiny baubles that he's collected. He looks through and starts picking things little by little, very small Yoda-ish like motions and collecting small things, and comes back and hands you, Elmon, since you're speaking for the group, a small little bundle of wrapped and little leather bundle, and hands it to you delicately. For saving boglig many and fight eater of swamp.
Chief Grimgrim, very generous, very kind. We have tribute from Charlander, and I give him our big bag of baubles.
Oh. He takes it, it almost immediately pulls him down to the ground. Grak helps him open it up and look inside. Very shinies. And he seems quite happy, and Grak helps pull it over towards the little bedding area, probably planning that one day this will all be his.
Well, we appreciate your appreciation of us. We
And now, the greatest gift. Yes. He looks at Grak, and Grak nods and gives a weird bogleg smile. Grak says, "You come," and motions all of you outside with the chief.
Follow.
Yeah.
That's so rude. I was talking.
You head outside. Surrounding the entrance, very quick ad hoc, is a ring of the entire village are there. And they brought in some torches. Everyone's standing there very silently. You guys are brought out, and the chief says, "You are worthy 5 stone tribe." And the crowd goes, "Yay! Croak, 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 croak." He hands out, and Grak really helps him out. He hands each of you guys a cord necklace with a single crocodile tooth on it that Grak places over your heads. And the chief says, "You boglig now." And the crowd cheers again. Yay!
I croak.
And there's some music that's played, knocking some wood things together, and people are happy. And Grak tries to keep people away from you guys, though, and says to you, you rest, you stay long as want.
We must see this sick one. We must help him.
And he turns to the chief, and the chief says, in morning, you see your friend from river.
Why must we wait? Why can't we see him now?
He is healing. Night.
Can our healer, Puck, maybe see him? We can wait till morning, but Puck, mighty healer, heal all.
You guys look like crap right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is not a good selling point. Make a persuasion roll, disadvantage, because he does not. This is against his policy. Might sway him.
9.
Morning.
Morning it is.
Very, very well, Chief. Grim.
So be it.
You guys enjoy some bit of refreshing food, some great clean tasting water that you don't get in the city. And Grak takes the 4 of you and again says, rest and stay long or small time. And takes the 4 of you over towards some different buildings that are on this village. And it kind of assigns you some. And to Olgrim, he points you towards a square one, which is pretty rare in this, and points about maybe 30 feet away. And says, rest. And you walk over there. Pucky takes you to a smaller one that's a little taller than the others. I don't know why a taller person doesn't get it, but you, the smallest, get it. And he points you over there.
I still sneak over to Olgrim's.
And the other two, you guys, Elmond and Avius, you guys are led off to another area.
I sneak into Puck's.
Olgrim, you are at yours. It does not have any flap at the door, unfortunately. It just goes right in. You go inside. There is a boglig there, a taller female boglig with a spear standing tall and ornate necklace of bones around her neck. She stands proudly in the house that's made up of a very low table, some bags hanging from pegs, and a large hammock, a single large hammock.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
She stares at the dwarf as he enters. She is not surprised at your arrival in any way.
She's surprised at my height. How do I get in this hammock?
She looks at you and she speaks. Dead mate goic. New mate dwarf. Food eat dwarf. Then we sing as two.
I don't need an insight roll. Well, that's just fine.
He's so out of his element.
I've taken a lot of damage. Could you wait outside? He tries to usher her out.
She pulls you gently towards a low table where you can sit and have food.
All right.
Would you like to make some grappling rolls or strength checks?
Like a merry dwarf. Have bog leg of my own.
She sits you down and gently pushes you down so you sit at the table. Try not to hurt
Amazon
you.
bog leg.
And she...
Death by snoo. Yes. Dwarven snoo.
And she brings you some food. It is fish that's been out for a long time, a boglig delicacy. And she brings it out and she, on a little woodenish plate, but there's no silverware or anything like that, and she actually brings it up and puts it right next to your mouth for you to eat from her hand.
For your tongue to lash out and grab it.
She's going to be sadly disappointed a bit.
This is very nice. I think anything going into anyone's mouth is a little tiresome at this point. I'd like to rest. and tries to get up and move over to the hammock again.
All right, you get over to the hammock. Make an acrobatics roll.
It's not that kind of hammock.
Thank God it's...
There's clasps.
Why does each leg go in its own harness?
Make an acrobatics roll. There's no
5 seconds to decide.
And that's 20. You get into the hammock, spin around, and as she tries to motion to get towards the hammock, you're able to knock her back a little bit and feign as though you're ignorant of it and that you're asleep, and she totally buys it.
Oh, okay.
And she walks to the other side
Social experiment.
of this house and just sits on the other side staring at you all night long.
Poor mateless boglig girl.
Puck, you've arrived into a taller but narrower structure.
Conjugal house.
Inside, you drop your pack. You're tired from the battle, and
Where do you put Pokey?
He's still in the pen.
In the pen?
I'll get him when we
That's
leave.
my line.
you are suddenly, Puck, startled when you realize you're not alone in this room either. At the far side of the room is a female boglig laying on a bunch of mats on the floor. She is massive, huge. The poles of the ground, the floorboard are just creaking under her weight as she shifts gently. And you look at her and you don't know what to say. And she speaks as well. She says, "New mate goblin, closer, for we sing now."
What are we gonna sing?
She extends, with a challenge, a big, fat, boglig hand and motions for you to come join her at the mats.
Okay. Grim.
Goblin force!
Are you going to join her?
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Pause here.
we'll have that fadeaway cut into that heart shape.
Zone transition.
Elmon and Avis, you guys are taken to an empty structure, just the two of you, and are able to get a good night's rest.
I'm quite content.
No, I sleep contentedly.
I sleep behind you, spooning you contently.
With a natural 20, so
Less
does,
content.
so does Olgrim.
All right, it is morning time. Olgrim, you come out of your house batting away this boglig that you don't need breakfast right now, hastily trying to get your armor on. Everyone has completed a long rest, except maybe Puck. Everyone has completed a long rest. So you get back half your max hit points, half your hit dice, and all your spells back and any powers that are related to that. So you're feeling a lot better now. And you can also spend hit dice to...
Cool. There's still people that are crazy damaged.
I've not figured it out yet. Oh, so if my max hit points is 42, I get back 21?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have to choose how many hit dice I'm going to heal before
Nope.
I roll them?
You can string it along.
Okay.
I get back 21 plus whatever I
I'm going
have?
to start rolling.
Yes. Not 2 in addition to.
Bad.
So 21 more.
38.
Yes.
38.
That's me.
And then you can spend hit dice if you need to. It's sad that Olgrim's just not touching anything over there with his hit points.
Yes.
All right. So I am back to 51 now after spending 2 hit dice.
Nice.
No, I'm good. So I'm only damaged by 2 hit points. Okay.
It is cold. There are clouds hanging over. The water is running quickly underneath this boglig village. And looks like Puck's healing too. Don't let me rush ya. Doing some math.
Yep, I'm good.
And
Elmon is 50.
Excuse me.
What's that?
I'm up to 51.
Oh, thank you.
okay. And Olgrim comes out and joins Elmon and Avius in the center of the village area.
Puck.
I don't know, but I had a fine night. Good long sleep. I don't suppose any of you had company.
Oh, I had Elmon. That's all I need.
Okay, well, they put some boglig soldierette in my tent there.
Oh.
I was just wondering.
A guard at the door.
She seemed to have more on her mind than just guarding.
Oh.
I don't know, but I think
Well,
they want to
hopefully
make her
you
my
are
wife.
rude. It's a great insult to the boglig people to not participate in their activities.
I don't know that I can amend that.
Puck, I believe you said you were participating in their activities.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I need you to make a nature
The
roll,
shop
please.
Oh, no.
A nature roll.
Wait, really?
19?
Whoa! You,
Puck rocked her world.
He went into bear form.
oh, my goodness. Puck comes out with a little skip and a whistle. He's happy.
Come back 9 months later.
30 little goblin bogligs.
It's only 3 weeks for bobligs.
Yeah,
Their lifespan's only
Gobligs.
3 years.
that's good.
I had a great night. How'd you guys fare?
There's a kraken hatchling in there.
He wipes caviar off his lips.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
I feel dirty.
How do you think Puck feels?
Great, apparently. Puck, you smell good old. fishy.
Yep.
Grak is there. And he is taking you towards the healing hut and says, "Follow me, bogligs," and walks out of the village down along the cliff face where the river runs, and there are torches that have died out or are just about to die out now that's almost bright morning time. And you walk along for some distance, a couple minutes away from town, and then there's a cut in the cliff face where you went earlier with the lizards and everything to go to the challenge about an hour and a half away. You just keep going a little bit further, and there is a wide house on stilts, just like maybe half the size of the Chief's, on stilts out in the river with a wooden gangway up to it. And he leads you over there and takes you up, and in you guys go. Totally forgot. In the middle of the night, or what have you, before you guys rested, Elmon and Avius, you guys did get to go through the gift of the Chief Grimgrim, the wrapped stuff.
Yeah.
He gave you 6 rune stones, 2 of which were spent and useless, grayed out. He just doesn't really know the value of it. 2 of which are blue, and 2 of which are yellow. And he also gave you 2 different small vials that are also seem to be magic in nature, and you guys can each, 2 of you, have spent the night to figure out which one of those is.
What? Okay.
One of the vials or one of the items?
Yes, one of the items.
I would say runes first.
Well, we each get to choose, right?
Each pick one.
Yeah.
You do a rune, I'll do a vial.
Which one?
The blue runes.
You don't need to roll. The blue, you were able to spend some time and figure out that those are one use only, and they will cast a level 4 spell of flight,
Ooh.
Wow.
which means you can affect up to 2 people.
For how long?
I don't know the answer to that. Let me look.
It may be relevant.
That's the next day.
Yeah. That's 10 minutes.
Okay.
And it's normally a concentration spell. It doesn't matter. It's contained within the magic of the rune. So you could not be broken due to losing, getting hit or something.
Gotcha.
So a full 10 minutes.
Wow.
And then what were you doing, Elmon?
One of the vials, which I assume they're the same. So
They are not.
Okay.
One is yellow. One is silverish.
Silver.
Yellow, silver. You have identified this with Havius's help a little bit. You're able to identify this as a potion of invulnerability. When you drink this for 1 minute, which is about 10 combat rounds, so a combat, for 1 minute after you drink this potion, you have resistance to all damage, so everything is cut in half.
Okay.
There you are. You guys are walking up the gangplank, and you are opening up the door. There we go. Go ahead.
Yes, dear.
That makes Xavier smile.
Savvy nodding back and forth.
Do you mind if I hold on to these? Or do you want to?
The runes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can keep the runes.
Oh, you want the vials, no?
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Grabs him, takes flight. Bye.
Did you want the vial?
I don't care.
Okay.
I figure we probably give the vial to Olgrim.
Oh.
I'm not drinking anything. Don't look at me with your magics.
How about if your little boglig lady gave it to you?
Yours was little?
He still has indentations on him.
She has just a puck shape.
You go inside, you open up the door, there's another one of those little leathery flaps, and Grak motions you to go inside. Inside, it's a little dark. They have lots of different incense things, their form of healing. It's pretty crude and ritualistic. You're not sure how effective. And Puck, you can immediately see your patient is there on the other side of the room. It's a man who's obviously in pain, rocking back and forth. Elma, you finally look, and you see a man who is a stranger to you.
Oh, not our guy. Let's go.
No, we got it. I want to take a look at him.
And he looks up as you approach, Puck, and he says, rocking back and forth, "The 7 will come. The 7 will fall.
Oh.
The 7 will come. The 7 will fall."
Healing failed.
Put an arrow through him.
Done.
You're going to shoot him?
No.
Oh, all right.
Not just yet. So are we...
He's like
here?
completely out of it, right?
He
Puck tries to talk to him. Does he
No,
not?
as you started to walk across the room, he looked up and said that to you.
Yeah. I'll close the flap and be like, step back, Grak.
All right, you want Grak outside or inside?
Yeah, no. Grak will...
Grak is outside.
This is hero time.
Big boys are going to talk now.
Do we take him back to Tullus?
No.
No.
Drown him.
Make that happen a little quicker.
Does he have a pack, or does he have any personal belongings?
You see no personal... let me double check. Hold on. Just lost it. Pack, personal belongings. Shoot, where is he at? No. You see he is wearing a robe with some unusual symbols drawn on the little lapel sides.
The same symbols we've seen before.
They could be, you believe, Puck, and Olgrim, they are definitely a symbol you saw on your torturer back underneath the city a week or two ago.
Doesn't the temple want these people for interrogation?
That's what I am suggesting.
You want to take him all the way back?
We're
I have no love for him, but imagine what
we
the temple would do to him.
functioning as agents of the temple to met out justice. I'd say we serve justice here.
It's too short.
What would the dear Boglegs think if we were to dispatch this gentleman?
I don't think they'd care that much.
They've been spending their time and efforts trying to heal him. I think they would be confused and perhaps dismayed.
Well, we can say the healing failed.
With an arrow.
With an arrow through?
He has risen up and is standing on his feet, still looking at Puck, still repeating, 7 will come, 7 will fall. staring right at you, Puck.
Elmon will approach.
All right.
Give him the yellow vial. See what happens.
He's flying.
Flies away.
I'm going to go. If he doesn't make much move, I will just kind of move in around behind him and put an arm around his neck and start to squeeze.
Oh, all right. As you get, so Puck's in the middle of the room. You guys are at the far end with the door. As you get a beam Puck, maybe 20 feet away from the guy, he makes a motion with his hand, and you see a magical sheen go over him of protection. And you see he is continuing to cast a spell at either Puck or you. You're not sure what.
I'll charge him.
You're going to charge him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do some initiative. He is casting a spell. I've rolled initiative. Elmon is up first.
Damn. I know I'm close. I gotta.
How far away am I?
You're 20 feet away. That's probably within bow range, I'm guessing. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention, you guys as players also get rewards of 1 DM inspiration die for taking down that massive Kraken thing.
Oh, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of was hoping he would die of natural causes.
You have 5 seconds to decide.
I will...
Or,
I guess I will draw my bow and fire.
all right, drawing your bow and all that will be your bonus action, and then you may fire.
All right, first shot.
Close, quickly
Is he
out.
still wounded?
Yeah, he is wounded.
There you go.
I will... Oh, no, my bonus action. Okay, never mind. I can't Hunter's Mark him on
No.
top of that. That would be a 21 to hit.
Is a hit.
12 points of damage.
12. Got it.
And second shot,
Go ahead.
27.
That's a huge hit.
And 7 more points of damage.
Got it. Boom! Arrow goes through his magical defenses. Second arrow goes through his magical defenses. He finishes casting his spell. A massive
Bouquet of roses appears.
of peace and diplomacy. A massive swirling tornado of cone of cold emanates from his hand and blasts you all.
Cold.
Cone
Cold.
of cold.
Cone of cold.
Coal ash.
Cold. Let me check the range. Yep, all of you guys. All of you guys are hit by this crystal ice that blasts violently from his hand, and each of you must make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
There were like 4 more rolls in this.
18.
18. Let me check his spell DC. Puck is good.
24.
That's good.
I failed.
Elmon is taking the brunt in the front.
19.
Oh, God.
Elmon takes the brunt of it, saving you guys all from massive damage. Everyone in the back takes 22 points of cold damage.
What?
Elmon, you take 44 points of cold damage.
Hee.
Massive blast of ice rocks and blasts you guys.
Take 22, you said?
22. Elmon, are you still on your feet?
I am. And very angry.
Next is Olgrim.
Olgrim charges forward and begins an assault.
You can charge your what's your move?
Is 20 unless I'm hindered by some cold thing.
Yeah, no, you're 20. He is about 35 feet away, 35, 40 feet away. So you'd have to do a move.
I'll do a move. And I will still attack using my
Second wind.
second wind. Not
No, not second wind. What is it called? Action surge.
action surge.
All right. Olgrim just barrels in with a battle cry.
And attacks.
Swords out, swinging.
That is a 20 non-natural.
Hit.
That is 9 points of damage.
Second attack?
Slashing. I don't get a second attack for a... I don't think so.
No, you're doing it. You
Oh,
get an action, and your action gives you 2.
I'll take that. Another non-natural 20.
Great.
Nice.
Full damage, 11 points.
Okay. Want to describe that at all? What you just did?
charge forward, lunge through. Sword just literally in front of me. Screaming, pierced him, cut his leg, then followed back through with a slash through the chest.
He was a little hurt before. He's significantly hurt now, for sure. And when you do that, he shouts to Olgrim in particular. Not shouts, but says to you, Olgrim, looking in the eyes, you heard him. Still trying to blast Elmon with gold. Says to you, Olgrim, your death will herald the awakening of the Harrowed.
Say that 3 times real fast.
Good luck with that. Next up is Puck.
Thorn Whip.
Okay.
Uh, 21
as a hit.
Seven points of damage.
Okay, and you can move him, I believe.
I will not.
7 points. That's pretty good for Puck, right?
Yeah.
And Avius.
Yeah, Avius will do Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Sorry.
Hold that thought.
I got a ring.
He is going to counterspell that. So he cancels it. It's a very inefficient use of his magic, but he's getting pretty desperate here because you guys have heard him a lot. So he cancels your spell. You cast it, and just as the fire's about to release, he cancels it. You still have a move and a bonus if you have anything else left in your arsenal.
So right into the cone of cold.
I don't. I just try and whip up a new. I'm preparing for a new spell.
Okay. The cultist seems quite pleased canceling this massive fireball spell that he thought was coming, and is trying to watch out for this crazed dwarf right in front of him. He's got a situation there for sure.
Situation.
And then he looks even more. He's got this dwarf right in his face. He's been shot as well multiple times, but he doesn't look as panicked as he does now when all of you can hear behind you and outside a tremendous splashing noise out in the river. And Elmon, you're up at the start of the round.
This is not going to go well.
Not even a little bit.
Okay, I will Hunter's Mark him,
Okay.
and I will fire another arrow.
Shoot away.
That will be a 25
Another hit.
with 10, 14, 17 points of damage.
You have dropped him. And he drops, grabbing at the armor of the dwarf in front of him, still trying to claw and hurt you in some way before the life leaves him and he collapses dead, his blood dripping down through the bambooish floor.
We might need to get out of here. And Elmon will quickly turn tail and run out of the...
Elmon, we might need to get out of here.
and then
He's gone. Elmon's out the door, knocking
As
over
you
Greg.
walk by me, I'm gonna
Trip you.
do a cure wounds on you.
A big cure wounds.
15, 16.
That was a level
3.
3? Huge cure
Wow.
wound.
Okay.
You've been healed on the way out. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm gonna, be right on his feet.
All right, following suit.
I hobble my way out.
All right, you hobble your way out. Olgrim, you are the slowest of the lot, and by the time you get to the door, you see Grak is picking himself up off the gangway since Elmon knocked him over. And as you are there,
All the way, Boglig.
as you help him up to his feet, you hear a snapping of beams and wood sound from behind, and you glance back and can see crazy, weird, pale, barbed, hooked, slicing through the roof and the side. This thing is like probably about 3.5 feet long, this curved hook thing, and it's just piercing through like some giant scythe and then tearing through. and you start continuing down the gangway. The rest of you who are already at the other end and are safely on the path look back and see multiple tentacles that have lashed out, each of them ending in this crazy white barbed hook and just shredding this structure left and right. You can see not one but two mouths of this creature that is halfway out of the water. It's kind of globular in shape. It's blackish and has kind of a shark sheen to it. It has eyes that are slitted and has this double mouth section that is gnawing and snapping the stilts that are supporting it. And the whole structure now, half of it drops, and you can see its focus is still trying to get inside and tear apart this the inside of the building, and also anyone inside, which is the cultist at the moment, whose body is being pulled and shredded by this thing.
Olgrim is kind of high-stepping it out of there. They're just kind of trying to remain as quiet, trying not to make too much
What's
noise
happening
while this thing
with the
barks
rest
apart.
of the village?
Village, you can barely even see. You had to walk quite a ways away.
Okay.
It's like a 10-15 minute walk.
Is
to
this
the
bigger than the Kraken hatchling?
No.
This
it's
is,
Yeah, I know.
remember,
Mhm. Oh, yeah. I remember it.
What?
kobolds. Remember the first guy
kobold
we
cave.
ran into?
The ship. The ship that we helped that was all scored up on the side in like episode 1 or something.
You think that's it?
Yes.
Oh.
It's the same thing.
Because remember he called it, we heard it, and we got back into the cave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dashun.
Right. I threw away some of my
Oh. It's not important.
threw away my gold count with it.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
You had 436 gold.
Yeah.
As long
Is that
as
what's happening? Sure.
Puck has part of that.
So again, tremendous crunching and shredding. Sections snap off like popsicle sticks and go flying through the air. And you guys are maybe 50 feet away on the bank watching.
Olgrim is just running through the group.
Oh, okay.
He gets there. He's just keeps
Yeah.
beelining through.
Yeah, I'm not
I'll watch
interested
him.
in fighting it. Yeah.
All right, heading back to the village then.
Yeah.
Back to the
All right.
Well, hopefully it doesn't follow us.
So you're heading back to the village?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are back at the village with Grak asking, what you do?
Everyone! Get away from the water! Go to safety, higher ground, something! Now!
No!
Make a persuasion leadership-ish roll. Persuasion. Oh, and do it at advantage. You are the recent hero of the 5 Stone Tribe.
One of them.
21.
21. People move instantly. There's all the bogligs come out of their houses. They're running, except your house. Your lady's a little hard to move there, Puck.
Jabba.
But all the others are. Puck's got an outfit.
No bug.
All the others are running, and they're heading towards high ground, or at least they're getting towards any of the structures that are more towards the cliff face and listening to you. Grak is leading the chief and helping him out. And Grak's trying to explain what's going on. You guys have them all out there, and you watch, and you can see nothing coming down or up the river towards you. And you wait several minutes and a long time, and nothing comes.
Did you see that thing coming, Grak? Or did it just come up out of the river?
I see no.
Very well.
The human you had in there, the person, he was not my friend. He was people we've run into before that were bad.
He's a bad man.
Yeah, very bad. He brought that creature.
We found River one son before you.
If you find any more and they say the 7 will come, the 7 will fall, drown them.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage, as you are also a hero of the Five Stone Tribe.
Natural 20.
They are going to be drowning bitches all the time.
7.
Number 7 is outlawed. 7 has been outlawed.
And a sudden
thing they're not
cascade effect occurs.
Oh, yeah.
This episode leads to the
7
war with
years
the
from now,
Boglig.
multiple generations, the 7th child will always be killed. It's just constant.
Good thing they're not the tribe of the Seven Stones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be bad.
Prime directive the shit out of it.
All right, and you think everything's coast is clear?
Eh?
He didn't follow. I'm not used to not being chased. I don't know what to do.
Some of the Boglig warriors that you tussled with in the swamp yesterday returned, and they say there's no sign of the healing house, but nothing around there either that's got hooks or mouths.
Sorry about your healing house.
You've ruined their stone challenge. You've ruined
Their healing house.
their healing house.
One of their women are pregnant.
You ruined their genealogy.
Their gene pool has been contaminated by Goblin.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? You guys are welcome there
Our job here is done.
as long as you want.
Where do you think your friend has gone? If he's not here,
He,
We're probably going to have to talk to those mercenaries.
yeah, we're probably gonna have to deal with the ivory swords
oh,
Why?
because we're still trying to find my friend Rolmick.
I mean, technically, we did what you agreed to do, but
True.
I agree we should go talk to the mercenaries.
Yeah, I would still like to find Rolmick.
I have a feeling not a lot of talking is going to be going on. All right, my sword's sharp.
We thought
Let's
we
go.
were going to have to fight these bogligs too, and now we're their heroes. We come back next time, we'll probably have like little statues of baubles made out of us.
The effigies.
you'll have a bit more than that made out of you.
Let's not talk about that. I say we take a rest and then piss out.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, another rest.
I could use a rest.
Another short rest, or
I'm
you want to
still
spend the night
chilly.
for a long rest?
Short rest can use hit dice. Is that correct?
Sure.
Yeah. I think a short rest, and then we can go.
Okay. Hit dice away as needed. Recover what's necessary. Avius didn't even lose any big spells.
I did
It
not.
was
I'm up to
just cantrip. It
40.
was canceled.
I should have
Then
used
I'm
our
going to cure light
Absorb
wounds
Elements,
myself
though.
as
I
well.
used that.
And 5. So 45 will do, I guess, for now. Not quite max.
I
but-
recover 17.
I recovered 10.
17.
17.
But I've now used all of my hit dice. So,
Where were you at?
I was at 16. At 20.
You guys spend some time and rest, and then you start gathering your supplies. And Grat comes over looking a little confused. You stay?
we'll come back.
We have
Another
to,
time.
We have to find the elf's friend. We thought he was here.
Grak, come for city?
Well, we're not necessarily going to the city.
Grak, you should stay here, protect Boglig people. Grak, mighty warrior, must stay and protect Bogligs.
He nods and agrees.
Thank
Puck, are
you,
you
though.
bringing your,
No.
No?
Nope.
You hear?
Oh, I'm bringing Pokey?
Okay,
yeah.
yes,
Sorry. That, yeah.
Too many euphemisms going
A
around.
lizard. Oh, shoot.
So you guys are heading out. You grab your gear. They give you some food. I'm not sure if you want to eat or not for your trip out. And Puck, you grab your lizard. As you walk by a slightly small but towerish house, you hear a loving voice call out, Puck!
Go say
Did
goodbye to your
anybody hear
lady
anything?
friend. I push Puck in.
Yeah, go see my friend.
She's a friend, huh?
Man, we're going to be here all night. Oh, you're back.
Puck, you go inside. She's heard it through the grapevine that you're leaving and doesn't want you to go. Puck, stay.
I can't.
And that's how we lost our goblin.
She grabs onto you. Puck, stay.
No, I can't. I will be back, but I have things to do. My friends and I have missions. We have to save
It's
people.
okay, Puck. We're good. You can stay here.
Shut up.
Puck, best I've ever had.
Puck, make a persuasion roll, and if you fail, then you'll have to make a strength roll.
And then Constitution. And then Constitution.
18.
18.
Wow.
A giant gravyish tear appears on her eye.
Really? She couldn't be strong. She's got.
And she lets go. Miss Puck.
I miss you too.
She strokes you gently on the cheek, knocking you over. And out you scamper quickly.
Yeah, I'll jump on Pokey.
She starts shredding this thing like a giant tentacle two-mouth thing. And you guys are out and are walking along the north side of the bank and making your way down the river.
Vegas is not excited about facing these guys with only half hit points.
Well, I mean, we don't have to go into it like it's a fight.
But you know it's gonna be.
We can try and sneak in and sneak out.
You guys can also stay here for weeks. You can stay another day and get almost full health back. Whatever you want to do.
Puck's good.
Puck's a one and done, apparently.
I can give you here.
Yeah, I can heal you. I got a shit ton of heal spots.
We have
I can do one,
potions, too. We have all kinds
Here.
of stuff.
3.
Thanks.
Done! That's all he needed.
8.
3 plus 8 is 11. That gets me up to 37.
What's your max?
42. That's enough.
Enough
5
for
away.
what is the question?
All right, you guys are hiking.
Do you have any healing potions on you?
No.
I'll give you
Sleep
one.
potion.
I'll give you one of my healing potions.
Oh, thanks, Elmon.
You don't like what you see? Just close your eyes.
Making your way along the river and
That Puck's
through the
new mantra?
woods you go. And walking past trees, up and down slopes, trying to follow the river along, knowing in about a day or two you'll hit that barge town and then make your way south.
Trying to be keenly aware of the water, what's moving in it, specifically large and
All right.
barbed tentacly things.
Didn't we ask the barge people to stay there for a little bit?
You did, and you asked for a price, and they gave you a price, and you said go to hell.
Oh, okay.
Damn recording.
It was worth a shot. All right.
It is, I'd say, 1, 2 o'clock mid-afternoon as you guys are walking, and you see your path is leading you towards a steep rise
Oh, yeah.
of a hill, and it is that structure you saw on the way in. It is I believe it was identified as a temple-style structure that was built into the side, or built and then the hill came over it. It was essentially a grass-covered, very narrow temple that's butted right up against, it's about 40, 50 feet tall, butted right up against the river.
Should we stop and have a quick look-see.
Weren't you interested in this, Grim?
Haven't had my eyes taken off of it since it's come over the rise. It is a lovely piece of stonework, isn't it?
Well, let's stop.
And as he's talking, he's slowly walking towards him.
All right.
So lovely. And tries to get inside it if he can.
Okay. You walk up to the top, and near the top, you find a set of whitish steps, stone steps, that curve around towards the face, and where there is a balcony and an opening into the cliffside / stonework temple. So you walk down the steps. 40 feet below you is the grainy river rushing on by. You don't see any large things moving around. You don't see any boats. You can't see the village from here. It's all just wilderness and trees as far as you can see. Wind is blowing as you guys approach this opening. It is just a cut opening of darkness that leads into the mountain. And this whole stone face is very white. Everything's white, whitish stone, bright whitish stone.
He just wants to. Is there any markings? Are there any depiction?
There are no markings or depictions. There is just another set of stairs that go the other way. So you could have two groups coming. They both arrive at this balcony. It had a railing made of ornate stone, so you could walk up to it and see and look down over the water, but half of that has crumbled away. And may have had a door or something, but you just see an opening now.
Is Olgrim going in?
Oh, Holgrim's going in.
Puck's right behind him.
Okay. Olgrim.
After you.
Avius is third.
Jamie's.
Olgrim's inside. You walk down just a couple stairs, and inside is a white stone room that's maybe 30 by 30 feet. And again, very white. In the middle of this room is a skeleton lying on the ground, a small shaped skeleton. And lining the walls are 4 big brass plates, maybe 5 by 5 brass plates, two on each of the walls to the left and right. On the opposite side of the room is another opening with stairs that descend down.
Puck wants to go over to the small skeleton and see if he can see what it was and how it died.
All right. Boom! A magical glyph fires off white energy. You need to make a dexterity save as you tumble away. 5. You take the brunt of it for 20 radiant damage.
Wow.
Puck is blasted, and
Watch out for traps.
he falls on the ground. Very similarly in the location of the skeleton, in the same pose and shape as that skeleton.
Oh.
And he skitters across 3 more runes as they.
God, no! Oh,
Thanks for the warning.
I went down first.
I know, but I went straight.
He went
for
past
that.
you.
You
to
went.
look at the-
Okay.
look at the
I was
skeleton.
like, I should have triggered that. You all right?
I'm all right. I'll get back up and cast.
Don't move.
Are you going to stand up?
Crawl away.
I'll
Puck,
crawl away.
You're going to crawl away. You're moving from your current position to another position on the same
Trying to
plane.
get him moving back.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Wait, okay, I guess describe what I'm on.
You are on stone floor. There are large brass plates on the side walls.
Yep. And where did this energy come from?
The floor.
Stay put for a second, Puck. Let's take a look here. See if we
Can
figure out where it came
I
from.
want to cast find traps.
Sure. You may do so.
So-
Are you going to move
Yes.
to do that?
No, I'm going to see what I can do. So,
Describe how you cast a spell.
I
He blinks
yeah.
it.
I put my hands together and kind of like my fingers intertwined, and as I spread my hands apart, aura comes out from me.
Oh, right, and the little pinging thing. What was the distance? Range?
120 feet.
Shoom! Out it goes. You detect a trap somewhat similar to this one in essence. About 60... About... No. Sorry. About 30 feet in front of you and 60 feet below you.
Okay. And like where I'm at too, or
No. This whole room is clear.
Do you trust the spell?
Is it two
No.
separate traps or one trap that's 30?
There's one 30 feet.
Separate one. I can actually make an Arcana roll.
14.
You are able to identify that this trap that you just triggered is still here, but it is inactive and will recharge morning the next day.
Okay. I'll stand up
Boom! No, just kidding.
and tell the group, guys, there's some traps.
Pass's face is
There's
blasted
one
white.
30 feet in front of us and one 60 feet below.
No, that is a single trap. That is 30
Oh.
feet ahead of you and 60 feet down. Do the hypotenuse, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
where it's at.
Got you. There's a trap ahead of us down the stairs. Beware.
Gotcha.
So it hits hard.
You all right?
Yep.
You don't look all right.
I'm good. I'm good.
Elmon will investigate these brass plates to see if he can discern any sort of meaning or intent behind them.
Yes, indeed. There are 4 brass plates. They're 5 by 5, somehow attached to the wall. You're not sure how. And each of them, there are 2 on one side, 2 on the other side of the room. Each of them are covered in engravings that depict specific scenes.
Anything relevant to...
I don't know if it's relevant, but I can describe them if
Sure,
you want.
let's do it.
Sure. One of them is engraved with a heroic-looking smaller figure, someone diminutive or a child, that's pushing back a swath of darkness hanging over many people.
Look, it's you, Puck.
That would be bringing darkness over me. The second brass plate is engraved with images of people gathered in a circle around a man. It depicts a tall man. Let me make sure here. No, most of the people are holding hands. Some look to be joining or leaving the group. It's not hard. It is hard to tell if they're joining or leaving. The third one on the other side is a cruder engraving, a different artist and much rougher in artistic style. It depicts a tall man in a robe made of hexagons. These are more like stick figure-ish type shapes. Tall man in a robe made of hexagons, standing on a sharp hill looking over a river with a boat and several people on that boat sailing away. And then the last one also has crude engravings, and it's only maybe a third of the way finished from left to right, and the other 2/3 have been completed, but not in chiseled out engraving. They've been completed with magic, and it's white lines of figures and motion, not motion, but figures and scenes, and it's just lightly just moving and pulsing, little white lines to finish that artistic motif. And that is, what is that one? It is, depicts a sad, tall man surrounded by hexagons. He has his hands extended out to give affection or be loved in return. You're not sure which.
This makes sense to any of you guys?
So, one shows a hero of sorts is saving the day. The next is some people surrounding this character. Then they're leaving, and then they're back.
So no, got it.
Ogorm would like to check and see how old, how old these this temple is.
Okay. Make a stonework roll. What were we doing on that one? History?
History.
With your advantage
Yes.
of stone knowledge.
10.
10 total?
10 total.
You are guessing a couple 100 years old, but you're not sure.
3.
0 to... And then Ulgrim will go over to Puck, make sure he's okay, he's upright and moving, and check on this skeleton that he seemed so keen on before.
All right, there is a skeleton there. It is make a nature roll. Nature.
Which is my nature. 9.
9. You cannot tell. It's a small figure. Died quite some time ago, and on it is a dagger that is rusty, possibly worth a few coins if you want to try and sell it. And that's it.
Not keen on touching it.
Shapes were hexagons.
Hexagon.
Oh, look, stairs!
I was just gonna ask.
Well, Puck wants to take a closer look at the plates. Do they move at all, or they're very fixed on the wall?
Puck goes over and he starts yanking and pulling on things, and bam! No, there's no motion. They are firmly attached to the wall. There does not appear to be... Actually, make an investigation roll. You might glean...
An 8.
An 8. You have no additional information I can provide you at this time.
Avius wants to.
We have one more person. That's going to be Avius. You're taking a good look at this. Feeling the edges, trying to release the secret door. Roll it on the thing.
Natural 20.
All right. You have completely checked out all of these plates and are confident that there's nothing hidden or secret about them in any way. The only thing unusual is the magic that's finishing the art form on the last panel that I described. And you are able to lightly touch it with the sleeve of your robe, and it actually moves almost like sand. If it were laying flat on the ground, you could brush it slightly off to the side. But it's just there. It's quivering white lines that keep that shape of whatever it is.
I draw a tic-tac-toe board on it. No.
Etch a sketch.
They seem to just be fixed in place. No traps, no doors, just there. This magic is quite interesting.
Ulgrim, you have found the stairs at the other end of the room come to an end very quickly. Just a couple steps down, there are several stones that have fallen from the ceiling and are blocking it. They're not huge stones, but they're choking the stairway down.
I start moving stuff, just feeling more at home with rock displacement.
Make an athletics roll, and you're known for your stone knowledge. Do it with advantage. Athletics with advantage.
All right.
This is perfect for you.
Perfect for me. With my stone knowledge, 20.
No, just athletics.
24.
24. Ulgrim is there, and he is lifting these
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
medium-sized white stones out and tossing them into the chamber you guys are at. And,
Hey, what's up?
Tossing him down the stairs where the other trap is.
no, that's where you're trying to go. Blocked by these stones.
Oh, yeah.
And you are able to get 1/7 of the way through these stones. You may make another roll.
Should I make it as I did before?
Yes.
23.
Okay, and make another roll.
I will help.
You may also make another roll. This is athletics straight for you, Elmon.
Oh, didn't have a good one. Might have sprained my back. 10.
12.
Well, you guys are more than halfway done, and Ulgrim, you're getting a little tired. If you fail again, you'll gain the level 1 of exhaustion.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, if any of you had exhaustion from before, you heal 1 level of exhaustion when you took that long rest from the boglig.
You said that was 7. So this would be a 4th roll if I made it now.
He made 1.
Okay.
So you guys have
Do you
3
want me
more to
take
go.
over for a minute.
Sure, if you want to.
Come on, go for it.
It's slow going. 7.
Okay, you're starting to feel a little tired.
I'm tired.
Avius straddles up next to Elmon.
Okay, big guy.
Let me help you here, Elmon.
Make an athletics roll.
4.
Get in the way.
I roll a 5. My result is 4.
Puck's
Are these
just
counting
watching
as
us.
successes or
Nope.
time?
Those are failure. They're slow. They're getting essentially half exhausted. Someone now has to do the same roll for Avius to pick him up and move him out of the way as he's hurt his back.
Should I?
It's up to
I
you.
would like to. You said if I fail again, it's more exhaustion.
Sure.
Yeah, that would work much better than the other one. 25.
All right. You are getting pretty much there when a skeletal hand lashes out, juts out through some of the opening you've made in the stone.
Oh my!
And attacks you. Oh my god. And you instinctively just smash it with the very stone you had and it snaps off, and now there's just this skeletal wrist bone type thing just moving, trying to poke you to death, and there's some sort of skeleton on
What
the
you
other
got there?
side.
Olgrim casually lifts up the stone. I got this guy on the other side. And he just pounds it back down as the hand comes through.
You have shattered the hand, and you can see some white skeletal bones on the other side moving, and it's trying to push the rocks, but it doesn't have as much strength as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Let it do the work.
Yeah, let it do the work.
You've got a little bit more work to do to get your way through
well,
here.
Well, I've got to see what it is. I broke it. I got to re-roll that one, I think. That's pretty good. 19?
19. You get almost all of it out. The skeleton's still trying to make its way through, and it cannot get through. And you need one more athletics roll to get the last bit of the stones.
No,
It's almost giving way.
wait a minute.
Draw my sword
Okay.
and kind of watch over him for when the skeleton breaks free.
Yes, Avius?
I got my sword and buckler out at this point.
Okay.
I'm not sure what to do with these, but
Olga, make your last stone roll.
I'm yes, Avius?
I'm just, be careful.
All right. Oh, these stones are heavy. A non-natural 20.
All right. Covered in sweat and a white dusting from these fallen stones, Olgrim takes the last of the rocks that are in the major path of these stairs down. You turn around and toss it back through. And as you do that casually, there's a skeleton rising up right behind you. Elmon, you were doing something?
yeah, I was going to basically attack the skeleton. I
Okay.
suppose.
My attack will not consist of depositing the stone elsewhere, but onto
All right.
the skeleton.
Let's do Elmon first. Elmon, go for it. Sword attack
15.
is a hit on these bones. It is wounded, by the way.
14 points of damage.
With a crushing blow, these bones
sorry.
go
Oh, no, it's 14.
exploding again like brittle pieces and clatter down the stairs before you, and it is no more.
Puck was just about to cast some Bomb of the Summer Courts on himself.
Okay, so the bones have gone down, and you want to cast a spell, Puck.
Just before we go further, I'm a little wounded, so 11.
11 more health.
You don't get any bonuses on that?
Nope.
What's the plan? You still have Olgrim just standing there with his rock over his head, wondering what's going on.
Are we going down, Mr. Grimm?
Why not?
I'm right behind you.
This isn't going to be like the secret passage back in the sewers, is it?
Oh, well, if it is, we go back up. I've got a large stone to protect me.
That'd be great.
You're carrying the stone with you.
Just
The stairwell takes you down to tower number 2 down
Yeah.
there. That'd be great.
and we see 4 adventurers walking by.
Right.
What the hell? Well, 3 pissed at the fourth one.
The 4th one.
All right, so Olgrim, you're leading the way with sword sheathed and shield on your back and rock overhead. Is that correct?
I'm sure I've set the rock off to the side.
All right,
there.
you've carefully thrown it down the stairs.
Yes.
And Olgrim heads down. And what's the lighting situation for Avius?
I have no light I'm carrying, just
Avius
using on
will-
my eyes.
Avius will light a torch.
All right, there's a torch.
I can see normally in the
Yeah.
dark, but
Not as far as normal light, but yeah.
no, but
certainly.
for
All right,
a curve,
Avius
I don't know.
has you guys hold up for a bit as he strikes Flint. And,
Oh, I'll light the torch for him with cantrip.
all right.
I can do it.
Hold on! Wait!
He spends a spell
Wait!
slot to put it out. Lights it back up.
All right.
After 30 minutes, the torch is lit. And you guys are going down the stairs. It is very dry and chalky-ish as you walk on the ground. You can lots of shuffling of your feet as you go. It's also very quiet, and you don't hear many sounds as you go down, other than your own shuffling steps.
I'm trying to pay attention to Olgrim is anyway, trying to see what the temple was used for, religious markings, just different things like that would show its intent.
Sure, make up a religion roll, Olgrim.
I think I've got some of that. Nope, just a 10.
You cannot make much of any of the markings, what few you have found.
There are markings?
There's a few.
Avius.
There's
Started a cascade.
Yeah, we'll just say that was the roll.
at least one trap coming up on us too. Grim, watch out.
Just point it out to me. And I bound down the stairs.
All right. The stairs go about 30 feet forward and about maybe 20 feet down. And does that make any sense?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not steep stairs.
You've got me doing hypotenuse stuff and trying to figure angles.
And these stairs, Puck, you even almost slip halfway through. They're very worn down. And Olgrim, you're leading the way with sword and shield out. You come to a circular area that you are at the top of, and it's a spiral staircase that winds down further than your vision can go. You are on a flat balcony-ish type area. To your right is a side passage where you can kind of smell a nature and greenery smell, actually, which is different than the dusty smell you've been picking up. You can smell that coming from the side passage. And then if you don't go that side passage, you can keep going forward, and then the stairs just spiral down past some different little religious alcove type things and goes down.
Is your trap over here in the passage?
It's down.
It's down. Well, what do you all say?
Let's go through the passage.
Right. And not taking the stairs down, but moving into the
Side passage?
side passage.
All right. You walk a short distance, maybe 40, 50 feet. There's a small bend, and you can see some light up ahead. It appears to be a natural-ish light from the afternoon light that's coming in. You arrive at a smallish chamber where the floor, benches, and even a small fountain in this room are draped in beautiful leafy vines, which has little reason to exist in this dry, forgotten temple. A beautiful window in the ceiling emanates this light that comes down from above and passes through this multicolored window that gives off this key essence of giving this floor its life. There's this air of gentle magic and comfort that exists in this small room. It's like a relaxation, meditation style place, except until you see the other side. The far side, it's a small room. The far side of this room is covered in dead leaves and rotting vines and muck. There's a rotten wooden door that's on that far wall that's slightly a kilter, and it's somewhat hidden behind some thorny brambles, and there's a distinct line about 2/3 of the way through the room where the green foliage becomes dark and rotten away. On the northern wall, there is water that's trickling down a statue in a fountain.
Does Puck recognize the vines at all as being hazardous?
Make a nature roll.
And while he's doing that, checking to see, watching keenly the light to see if as it moves, does it turn the vines either to life or to kill them.
Okay, the light is not moving.
The light is not moving.
No, the light is coming through, and it's cascading light across a lot of the room.
And the light is on both the kind of living and dead area
Correct.
in here, so that doesn't seem to be having an impact on the...
Yeah, there's no one-to-one correlation.
Right.
Puck's nature roll was 13.
13, you think that which one were you looking at again?
The vines.
You believe which vines?
The green ones.
You believe these green ones are not natural to this area. You haven't seen anything like that on your travels around this area.
But yeah, they're not poisonous or...
You don't know that.
Okay. These vines don't belong here.
Are they dangerous?
I don't know.
Yep.
And Bard.
Well...
Olgrim starts padding around trying to find
What do you make of that, Avius?
Olgrim has his shield and sword put away. He's on his hand and knees patting the viney and grassy stuff on the ground.
See if
There's grass on the ground, too.
There's
to
tufts
see-
of grass.
to see if there's anything like underneath here.
Okay.
Elmont's just watching.
Elmont's watching and shielding his eyes from the radiant damage that's about to come. You are feeling some stone, just nice, rounded stone.
It's stone under here. He's knocking it as though it would make any sound.
And I interrupted you, Avius. You had something.
Avius goes over to the statue.
There's a fountain with a statue in it, yes.
Fountain with a statue. And just, I don't know, tries to look at it and see if we can tell where the water's coming from.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming from the hands. It's a woman coming from her hands. It's a very striking, stern-looking statue who is looking straight out, looking through you sometimes. You're not sure if it's a neutral look or a stern gaze.
Avius cups his hands and puts them in the flow of the water.
Okay.
Gathers some of the water.
You have gathered some of the water in your hands.
Drink it.
It feels cool to the touch.
Avius kind of walks to the line.
Elmont is grimacing over
The
there.
line in the room where it goes from life to death.
Okay.
And just kind of throws the water over into the dead side.
You throw the water. The water hits some invisible barrier and slides down. There's a distinct invisible field preventing anything from crossing.
I shall detect magic. No, just kidding. Did you see that?
I was shielding my eyes. What?
There's some sort of force field or...
Can you get through it?
I take my staff and try and poke through it.
Staff will not go through it.
Nope. Whatever it is, it's protecting this side from that. That's not a bad thing,
What's
I suppose.
protecting that from this?
Oh my.
Mind blown.
Olgrim gets up and trods over to the water in the fountain.
Okay.
Splashes some on his hands, his armored covered hands.
You're seeing a bunch of silver underneath the water.
Oh, there's silver in here. We can live like kings.
Don't.
What do you mean?
Leave fountain?
You look inside. You think so at first, but then you see it's all gathered in one spot, and there is a rotten, just through erosion, eroded burlap sack that was tossed in there, half spilled over, and then just eroded. Most of it's eroded away. So there's just tatters floating in the water, and a big pile of silver in there, like 100.
Leave the coins be.
With hands still wet, Olgrim will go over and touch on this force field-ish type thing.
Okay. You take your wet, stubby dwarven hand and start rubbing it on this force field, and you can feel resistance. It has a tiniest bit of warmth to it, but it does not harm you. You don't feel anything else beyond that, and you can press and press and press, and you cannot get through it.
He would then, while other people are doing their thing, he mimes his way down the length of the field to try to see if there's an opening.
All right. As he's doing that, what else would you guys like to do?
No, this is how. No, damn.
I assume the barrier is a 1-to-1 correlation between where the living and the dead.
That is correct. You are seeing that easily with Olgrim's miming. Dwarf trapped in a box. Dwarf against the wind. There's no barrier. He's just playing with you guys.
Yeah, I know. There's a new one. Oh no.
Puck.
It's got my tie.
I'm just picturing Olgrim in a business suit.
And he's got like
That's
this big
worn
smile.
on top of his armor.
Walking against the wind. Oh no.
He's been working on this act for a long time, and now's his time to shine.
Thank you.
Bard. He's been Bard curious for a while.
Bard curious. I got to make that a shirt.
Puck, don't you think? Look at the silver. It's here for the taking.
If I don't recommend taking it.
What? Why?
Because it's there for a reason, and we may not want to disturb that reason.
Avius reaches in to take one.
One coin?
Yeah.
All right, you reach in, you grab a coin. Do you take the coin out of the water?
Yes.
You take the coin out of the water. Water drips off of the coin, and it is in your hands. One silver coin.
Look! I bite it. It's not chocolate.
Well, what are you going to do with it?
Put it in my pocket. One of many.
Maybe put it on that shield, that like force field that Olgrim's messing around
Well, it
with.
can't hurt.
He just whips it at Olgrim's head.
Ding.
Ow!
Yeah, I just toss it that way.
You toss it, and it bounces off and clatters to the ground. See Olgrim on his hands and knees, still trying to find some
I
low
guess
scene.
it's just silver.
Yeah, I think so. I grab the rest.
All right, it takes you a little bit of time. You've scooped up silver after silver after silver. It takes you a couple minutes. Avius is now the proud owner of 184 silver coins. You are laden down just a little bit. And when you get a majority of them out, you can see there is an etching in the base of the fountain that the coins were covering.
Puck!
It
Look at this.
What is it?
I don't know yet.
Abandon all hope, ye who take these coins.
Yeah.
Let's listen and find out.
It is a single word written in common, and it is the word truth.
It says truth.
As that word leaves your lips, Avius, the room shakes.
Oh, shit.
That's the next statue.
And becomes blurry. Puck, who you're talking to, stands motionless but seems barely recognizable, as though he's beyond some strange, translucent, warped glass. He's hard to make out. The room continues to shake. You can move your body very slowly, trying to figure out what's going on with you perceptually, and you fixate on the statue of the woman. The statue is clear and focused. It's just you and the statue alone, surrounded by your friends. You think you can make out motion of Olgrim barely moving as though he's in slow motion. The stone around the statue fades to the pallor of skin. It is a woman before you, and her mouth moves as she speaks, words that have kind of a distant, recorded sound to them, though. She's not speaking, she's speaking to you, but not necessarily to you, Avius, just at you.
Yeah.
The words she speaks: only those who open their souls can walk the halls of this sacred place freely. Close your eyes. Look inside past your fears. Speak a truth about your life to reveal who you truly are.
Could you repeat that, please?
You put another silver coin in there. Only those who open their souls can walk the halls of this sacred place freely. Close your eyes. Look inside past your fears. Speak a truth about your life to reveal who you truly are.
I am, Avius Catorum. And who are you?
The woman sitting in the fountain just blinks and stares in your general direction.
I look around.
You look to your friends. They are motionless blobs of color. You can't even move you can move your arms and stuff, but you feel like you can't move this place.
I'm an adventurer on a quest, on an adventure. Where am I?
There is no response.
Speak from the heart.
Avius has no heart.
And poof, a big pile of gold appears in front of you.
Past my. Avius closes his eyes.
All right. Your eyes are closed.
I never wrote down a fear. And Avius is muttering whatever the words that he heard, kind of to himself. And I'm afraid of being alone.
Why?
I've searched for knowledge my entire life, and I've learned so much, but it doesn't bring me comforts. The cold and the quiet and the night.
What is your fear of loneliness?
Not being known the way I've tried to know the world, but the world does not know me.
The truth is spoken. And zoom, like a waterfall, the translucent barrier between you and your friends disappears and empties into the fountain. You three just see Elmon mumbling quietly to himself like...
Avius?
Sorry, Avius, that was my one. You see Avius mumbling to himself, which he always does. There's no change there. But then there's a bit of a splash in the water, louder than normal. And Avius has a different look about him, a more somber look about him. Avius, you have been blessed for the next 15 minutes.
Ooh.
So that means you get an additional D4 to any attack and saving throws that you make for the next 15 minutes. And you also look and you can see the outline of the silly game shape that Olgrim's making. You can see that wall. You can see its shape, and you believe with a few moves of your hand, you can reshape that barrier and remove it.
Olgrim, step away.
Okay.
And I walk over towards this barrier and begin to try to transform it, move it,
All right.
shape it.
He's doing similar things to what you did, Olgrim, but somehow he's able to move his hands in and pull it apart like simple curtains.
I did that.
And you start to create a shape and an opening that's wide enough for you to go through, and it holds that new shape.
How did you do that?
In a moment. I step through.
You step through, your feet crunch on dried, brambly leaves and vines, and you are on the other side.
Nothing's happening.
Nope.
Well, that seemed easy.
Olgrim does the same thing. Bonk. Ow!
I tried this side.
I
I know I didn't feel the
cautiously
door.
work my way towards the door.
Okay.
It's a wizard thing.
I suppose follow me.
Shrug and follow the wizard.
All right. The rest of you follow Olgrim stubbornly till trying to make his own way through.
It won't. All right.
And Avius, you are at the door. There's some a prickered bush that's kind of in the way that you push aside with your staff.
I do. Elmon, give me your short sword. And, I don't mean like you did last night.
Elmon just glares at him. Yo, he gives it to you. 1d6 plus strength.
I go and I want to put it like in, kind of hang it in the opening or put it to mark where this opening is, even
Okay.
though I can see it for now.
The opening of the field that you made?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to put it like halfway through. kind
Up
of
the bush?
Straddling.
No,
No,
but
the
the one you
sword.
came through.
I'm
So on the
going
ground.
to-
Yeah, straddling where the opening is.
Okay.
So after he's done with that, I pick the sword back up.
And we forget where the door is. Oh, no.
No, you don't.
I do, though, because I want that sword. I'm not leaving it
Elmon,
behind.
trust me, we might need this to get back.
I
We might need the
this.
sword, too.
Yeah.
As they're arguing, Puck makes a mark on the floor with his spear,
Okay.
just to mark it in the dirt.
You're able
Oh,
to
that
cut
poor
some of the
stone.
plants, so
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't hurt the stone, just
Very, very nice.
just the plants.
Actually, he did, because it's kind of...
That'll take centuries to.
to regrow.
To repatina. Also,
No one loves you like I do.
very quickly, I just take a piece of dead vine or leaf or something, and I toss it in through the opening into the living side of the room.
Okay.
What happens?
A dead little piece of branch just falls to the ground.
Okay. The door. Should we?
Olgrim immediately starts hacking and slashing at the shrines, the shrubbery and vines at the door.
You've hacked and slashed all the stuff away with your machete-like sword of revenge, and parried some with your shield. And you're at this door, which you opened, I assume?
Yes.
The door does not open. It is rotten and stuck. You will need to go back or get physical.
I will get
Let's
physical.
get physical.
All right.
Classic dwarven shard, shield in hand, and thudding up against the door to
All right.
shatter.
Let me hear your body talk. Your body talk.
Oh, my body.
Go ahead and just make a strength roll, just overall strength roll.
Casually.
You're going to get the door open, but this is how quickly and easily.
It takes me a while.
What did you roll?
An 8.
An 8. Yeah, it takes you a while. It's not a simple kick open. You kick, it goes partway open. You kick again. A third of it kind of crunches away. You got to get your sword involved, your shield.
No, I've got this.
The three friends just kind of sit down in the grass and wait for you to finish. And finally, after a while, you've hammered this
Oh, it
thing.
says pool.
You've got the door smashed open. You step over its carcass triumphantly and carry on.
There's another door.
The group follows you. You walk down just a few steps, similar to the ones you've been already in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Again, worn with age. There are dried leaves that crunch as you descend. You stop short of the final steps that disappear down into muddy water. You are now lower inside this structure, and ahead of you is a circular room that's 200 feet in diameter, and it's covered by different sized blocks that are carved out of the ceiling, some ornate type blocks of different lengths and widths that make up the ceiling. It's kind of interesting. The floor of this chamber has disappeared under several feet of dark water that drips down from the ceiling. You can also see but thin, long ribbons of stone that occasionally jut out of the water and extend out in arcs from a central point. So lots of these.
Like a spoken wheel?
No, they're more circular-ish around the center area. But they're mostly submerged and hidden. There's a few that are not. And in the center of the circular chamber, a wide metal brazier hangs from several chains and swings coldly with no flame in it at all, just there. It's dark. Heck, I probably even shouldn't have said it's 200 feet because you guys can't see that far with your light, but overall, there you go. That brazier was originally designed to hang several feet above the ground, but now because of the water, it's just a couple inches over the dark water. And you can't tell what the original function of this room is, and there are no obvious exits.
The whole room is in water, you said?
Yep.
Can we tell how deep?
No, it's dark.
With my the druidcraft cantrip, can I try to light the brazier?
What's the range on it?
There is no range. It doesn't say. Sorry, 30 feet.
You gotta get closer, a lot closer.
Okay.
Avius.
If there's any fuel on the brazier, I could fire a lit arrow at it. Seeing the brazier, does it look like there's any fuel in it, or does it look dry?
It is at the maximum shadowy distance of your torch. You cannot see.
Go out there and light it.
All right.
No, I was joking.
Well, I mean, I don't need to go anywhere to get it lit if it's flammable.
Don't know what's in the water.
Is there any debris lying about? Branches?
Yeah, you can rip off a section of dried vines from the
Trying to find a good length of branch and try to test the water.
Okay, you do so. It is a couple feet deep before you hit the stone on the bottom.
Avius.
Yeah, we could manage this.
So the brazier is
Not
about 100
me.
feet in then?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not you.
And the stone risers in the water, could you get from one to the next without getting into the main part of the water?
Is this Puck asking, who is afraid of water?
This is Elmon asking.
On Puck.
Not very likely, but possible if you were dexterous.
Avius casts Flaming Sphere.
Shrug.
Okay. Your wizard, Avius, casts a flaming sphere.
As far as 60 feet is the range, so 60 feet out in front of us.
Okay.
I cast the Flaming Sphere.
A big flaming sphere
20
arrives, this big ball
Yeah.
of flame arrives, and then it drops
No.
and splashes into the water and fizzles and steams out.
Oh. Damn it. Oops.
What was that?
What did we see in that?
What
did we see in those few seconds?
You didn't see anything out of the ordinary.
There goes a level 2 for nothing.
Yeah. So Elmon will tear off a cloth from something, whatever.
Olgrim,
Why always me?
naked on his back.
Light it, wrap it around an arrow, light it in the torch, and fire it at the brazier.
Okay. You may
Brazier.
the brazier.
Is it Brazier?
Brother.
I think it's brazier.
Frazier?
Like Fraser.
I've only ever seen it written before.
Yeah, me too. I think it's brazier.
Brazier.
You can
is it?
Google.
Yes, with good
That's funny,
measure,
'cause,
you
like,
have a brazier.
I read books every time I've ever read it, it's been Brazier to me. And I've
Z
always-
versus S.
yeah.
Make a attack roll, if you will. It's big, but the area to get into it's kind of slotted.
Has it been damaged?
Is it wounded?
Is it wounded?
15.
15. You fire your
Still
shot, and you miss, and it's hits water, and sputters out.
Just sails through the air. Do we see shadows as it lights through?
You do. You see shadows, and the shadow is of a person, and it is a person who is descending from the ceiling. A lanky person, almost like chimpanzee-ish, with those long arms lowering itself down. And this figure is maybe 80 feet out and off to the side and lowering itself down. You can just now see the silhouetted dark figure, and it's slowly lowers itself onto one of those long stone outcroppings that jut out from the water, and then gently steps into the water and is slowly moving through the water.
Did you see that?
Oh, I did. Sword and shield.
Avius
But I don't
starts
know.
heading up the stairs.
All right, Avis is heading up the stairs.
I'm going last.
Are we retreating?
We've lost one party member already.
It's just Avius.
Yeah. I mean, what's he done for us?
A giant flaming sphere comes rolling
Yeah.
down the stairs. Only way to be sure.
Was it heading toward the figure heading towards us?
You have kind of lost vision now. Make a perception roll, and I'll tell you.
13?
13's just good enough. In the darkness, just at the edge of your vision, you can see the figure is facing your group and kind of sidestepping slowly through the water and moving to the center of the room, not too far away from the brazier.
Who's coming with me?
Why do you want to run? We don't know who this is.
Exactly.
I'm going to try and repeat the shot and light the
Okay.
brazier.
Frazier. Frazier.
All right.
Go for it.
20.
20.
Not natural, but... No, I'm sorry. 22.
22.
Still not natural. Wait, yeah.
You fire another fire arrow.
Yeah.
All right, another fire arrow goes arcing across the room, actually going between some of the cool little stone outcropping things, and goes and heads right towards the brazier and is caught by this figure.
Okay, let's go. I'm good. I'm with Avius.
What do you say, dwarf?
You can see the figure now is holding a flaming arrow. It is a gaunt-ish figure and looks to be something you have maybe seen once before in your mercenary days. Definitely you've heard about it before, and is a ghoul. And unlike most ghouls that are ravenously hungry and going after the living, this one has caught the flaming arrow and then drops it into the water and then kind of sits on the stone next to the brazier.
Olgrim's eyes do not leave. He's just waiting for everyone here.
Ghoul!
Puck's
Hey,
voice
sir!
echoes out. It stands up. You can see its shape standing up.
We're not here to do you any harm. Are you here to do us harm?
It's silent for a while, and then you hear a raspy voice speak from the brazier area. This is our holy place now. You cannot have it. It's ours. It's ours!
Who are you with? We're not here to take it. We're just here to find out what this is.
Step no closer. You cannot go there.
Why?
Well, do we know of these creatures? Are they're naturally malevolent?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're
These-
undead.
They are
Aren't they?
undead. Should be killed on sight.
That's enough for me.
Puck takes one step closer.
Jesus.
Okay. Into the water.
No, not into the water. I wasn't near the edge of the water. Not like at least 5 feet
Come on,
away.
Sharky.
All right. So you're still behind Olgrim then.
Yeah, yep.
All right.
So his step is to push me forward.
Yes. You got this, Olgrim. You got this.
We believe in you.
Oh, yeah. It's hard for you to take a dramatic step forward when you're not the first, Puck.
Okay.
What do you think, Buck? He's not moving, but he has "we" in his voice.
There's more than just him, for sure.
I can't see in this
How
water.
important is this temple to you? This is you were the one that spotted this.
I'm
and led us
intrigued.
here.
The temple's not theirs.
It's not ours either.
Whoever built this, built it for a holy purpose.
I stand where you stand. You want to stand and fight? Let's fight. Let those two other guys wander off.
Meanwhile, back at the Boglig village, Avius and Elmon snuggle up in their room.
About that short sword.
You two aren't making a move. You have any ideas?
Avius is a few steps up. I mean, he wasn't kidding.
There's
Like,
It's up to you, Olgrim.
Oh,
I don't
apparently.
know that we need to mess with these guys right now.
I don't have my group's back. Or if my group doesn't have my back, group doesn't have my back.
I mean,
You have half the group if you want. It's up to you.
you know,
Yeah.
I'll have your back, Olgrim. I just, I'm not sure this is a fight that we need to make today. I don't know.
Avius was very brash in the
You
temple
started
down the
this.
stairs the first time, and
Yeah.
it cost him his life for a moment. Avius runs up the stairs faster.
All right. It looks like that's decided then. All right,
What's your
Peck, you head
decision?
up the stairs.
What's your decision?
Backing Puck up.
Okay.
This will be
Okay.
a fight for another time.
Okay. Bye-bye, ghoul.
Puck waves, and the torchlight from your party leaves this room back in darkness. And you head back up the stairs to the small meditative plant chamber and are able to pass through. The barrier has not closed in any way, and you can step right on through.
So once we all get through, everyone, come here. I must show you what I experienced. It was
Olgrim is
amazing.
actually ignoring some of this and watching the doorway that has been destroyed, and there's still a hole.
Okay. Make a perception roll.
Making a perception roll. This is why I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
Perception is 14.
14. You see a ghoulish head appear briefly and then hide once it thinks it has been spotted and disappear back down the stairs.
Yeah, that are wanting to come this way. And Olgrim just focuses on that.
Can you close this back up, wizard?
Perhaps? I go over and try to close this hole in the barrier.
All right, the invisible barrier, you start moving your hands and reshaping, and you have got it sealed. You step back and let someone else start, Olgrim, you start pushing and pushing, and it's sealed again. You have no idea what he's done.
I think we're safe, but you must see this. And I take them all over.
What do you want to show us?
Come to the fountain. Come here.
It's very small.
I am
room
not a
right there.
Cylon.
You're all at the fountain.
And do you see this word?
Truth?
Avius looks at you excitedly, and Puck, the world seems to change shape. There is a translucent nature. You see this excited, I told you so shit-eating grin on Avius's face just locked in place before it goes blurry. And you see this statue which seems to be the focus of your attention, and it speaks out to you the same lines that were spoken earlier before.
Can I get a line read on that? I didn't
Line! Only those who open their souls can walk the halls of this sacred place freely. Close your eyes, look inside past your fear, speak a truth about your life to reveal who you truly are.
I look up at the woman, the statue, close my eyes, and it's water that I do not like. I dislike it very much. It was used to torture me when I was captive as a small child, and it was used to torture me. And it makes me very uncomfortable to be around it, and especially to be in it.
The statue speaks. Why were you tortured?
Bad, evil orcs and big goblins destroyed my village, killed my parents and my family, and took me as their slave.
Puck's is less of a humble brag than Avius's. I've learned so much, and she says, the truth has been spoken. And with that, the reality comes snapping back, and Avius, you've just been watching Puck, and you see this more positive look go across him. Puck, you have been blessed. You feel invigorated and a bit courageous. You have +4 to any saving throws and attack rolls you make for the next 15 minutes. And you can also get a sense of this barrier.
How come you're just now telling us about this?
I don't know. That's curiosity. I wanted to.
After I said that word, the statue came alive. It was weird. You guys were very slow. I was very slow, but the statue came alive and talked to me.
And what did it say to you, Puck?
It rambled on a little bit and then asked me about my fear.
What did it? Try and be specific.
It asked me a question,
For
and
science,
then it asked
Puck,
me another
for
question.
science. What were the words it said?
This is the guy who can't draw a map officially.
But I feel heightened, a little heightened senses now, and I can see very clearly this barrier.
You can see it now.
Yeah.
Yes. Who's next? Elmon, what word do you see here?
Pass.
Nothing happens.
The world starts to know.
You must experience this.
Why do they have to experience it?
For science.
It's already starting
turned
to fade
vegan
away.
now.
I have my fears locked up and away, just where they should be.
Do you remember what the statue said?
Vaguely.
She said that only those who open their souls may walk through these halls freely. What if, in fact, you and I not only can go through that barrier, but could pass through that chamber below?
Do you want to go find out?
I would rather.
You were the first one that ran away.
I would rather.
You
all
already
four
had
of us.
this.
I wasn't. thinking about that at that time. But it would be helpful if we all,
why? I mean, I know the dwarf wanted to see the temple, but why are we here?
we're adventurers.
What do you think, dwarf? You want to say this word? Talk to a ghostly lady?
She wasn't a ghost.
Might have been.
I don't like talking to statues. I don't like this magic. I don't like this stupid barrier. And he kicks it.
And truth be told,
Oh, please say that.
He charges over to the barrier, sword out, and pointing, I see you! Pointing at the creature
doorway.
that's trying to...
All right.
I think it's wise if we all were able to go through here with the same amount of blessing.
I don't metagame that way.
Or we leave and we go find Elmon's friend.
Oh,
This is... We're kind of sidetracked here.
obvious side quest.
I have to find 7 pieces of paper.
very fine.
Disheartened Avius is disheartened.
He is dragging his feet a little bit.
Just drag him along.
All right. Where you guys headed?
Up, back or down?
You head back the way you came. You are at the branching point where there's some steps that go up towards the exit, and then there are spiral stairs that go down.
It's a shame. This temple served a purpose, a holy one. And now it's left to gaunts? I shouldn't leave it like this.
Seeming like it's 12 angry men right now.
Well, if we're gonna stay here and we're gonna go down or we're gonna go back and fight that ghoul, you guys should have a blessing on you.
And not just one ghoul.
It's all we've seen so far. If we're gonna stay, I agree with the wizard that you guys should go through what we just went through.
We've done this before. Elmon.
Olgrim.
I'll do what I have to do to clear the temple. Will you?
I grab Ulgrim's shirt sleeve and tug him back in.
Back down these steps towards the meditative plant room.
Yep. Say the word. Go through this.
Say it, bastard, say it! He forces your head into the water. Say it like you mean it, bitch! Come that far!
Yeah.
Puck is having some PTSD.
PTSD. That'll be a fun one. All right. I hand off the sword to Puck.
The sword of revenge is in Puck's hands.
Yep.
Feels good, Puck.
It does.
Now what do I do here?
Say that word that's in the bottom of the fountain.
I can't read.
The truth has been spoken. There's a single tear. Oh, goodness.
Looks into the basin and speaks the word truth.
The world changes. The words.
You should have said dare.
The world changes. The statue comes to life and speaks those words. Ulgrim, you feel isolated in this moment. With Puck right there next to you, you can see a blurred outline of Avius. There's some dismissive Elmon blur off in the distance.
Doing the thinker pose?
Yes. And what do you say as the truth?
Let's see. Magic is the bane of my existence, and therefore I hate you. Speaking to the statue directly.
What is the failing of magic?
Magic destroys. And he kind of clenches the side of the bowl, kind of almost to the point of rending it off, putting a lot of strength into it. He doesn't have his sword, so...
How does this truth reveal you?
It makes me angry.
The truth has been spoken. You feel blessed. And you can also, much to your excitement, see the barrier, and you're like drawing faces in it. And,
I knew it looked like that.
and all three members of this new cult are looking at you, Elmon. Drink the Kool-Aid.
Come on, Mr. Wizard.
Everyone's done it. Everyone's cool.
Elf, Mr. Elf.
Truth.
You say the word truth. You are
So angry.
isolated in this area, and you feel alone with this statue. She speaks the words, and you feel a little bit vulnerable. And what do you say? Angrily vulnerable.
Angrily vulnerable.
Really vulnerable.
I fear that I have failed my family. And when they were killed, I was unable to protect them, and what we guard, our family was tasked with protecting, I don't know if I can do that.
And there's a splash in the water, and you can see Elmon has a bit of glow about him, although he looks just as somber as before.
Are we going back down to that lake, or are we going to go down this staircase?
Olgrim, in just a fury-filled fit, just kind of destroys open the barrier with his hand.
Smashing those invisible Minecraft blocks out of the way.
Ting, 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 ting. Takes the sword from Puck and begins to move towards the door.
All right, there is an Olgrim-sized cartoon cutout in the visible field.
Puck's right behind him.
All right.
Elmon's third.
No.
Oh, Avius is third.
All right, and Elmon's bringing up the rear? Okay.
And I'll close the... Ooh. No, okay.
Don't. No.
Mm.
Leave it open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avius has a torch.
Avis has a torch. You guys have reached the bottom of the stairs at the water-filled 200-foot circular chamber with the brazier. What would you like to do?
Avius.
Any sign of the ghoul?
You cannot see from your vantage point. Who's up front? Olgrim? Olgrim, you can make a perception roll.
Perception roll rolling.
Is only wide enough for like single file.
Yeah.
Perception is a 22.
Whoa. You do see the ghoul is in place, and with that 22, you actually saw him quickly scurrying across the stone things, almost like walking on water, if you will, because it's just under the water, quickly scurrying across, leaping over some water and landing on the stone he was at before, and then sitting there like he was there all the time. You actually saw that. And then he's in like this relaxed pose, breathing heavily. I don't know if ghouls breathe heavily, but he is.
Need more cardio. Are there these stone outcroppings? Are they reachable by a gym? I think you had said it requires great agility.
It's quite possible. Yeah, you got to leap, and then an easy walk,
That's
another
only
leap.
2 feet. Step into the water.
All right, Olgrim boldly takes the first step into the dark water and It's cold. You can feel it seep a little bit through your armor, but nothing happens. And you step on in.
And I make my way to an outcropping of the stone so that I can get up on it and get purchase.
Okay. You step forward a couple feet and then are kicking this stone. It's about 2.5, 3 feet tall. It's a foot wide and very long, like 80 feet long, and kind of arcs around and S's a little bit. And you're able to step up on it, and your legs are wet, but you're now standing out of the water. And the ghoul seems a bit agitated and is standing, but not taking any aggressive stance. Step no closer! No closer!
You are a foul beast and do not belong here.
Avius is trying to push Puck forward.
I'm not to move in.
Then let me by. Let me by.
Go by.
He slips by as though it's a much tighter space than it needs to be. And Avius, you are now number 2.
I slide face to face by you.
Well, not really.
Except your face.
My face is in your crotch. Yeah.
He
Fantastic.
kneels down just to do this side crab thing.
Yeah, Avius steps
Sorry,
up
hold on.
with
Olgrim?
Olgrim.
All right, you hike up your robe, step into the water.
I put up and I tie it, so it's like
You do like that 50s thing
Yeah.
that's around your chest. All right, bikini version of it. Knotted in the middle. Avius, you have a mostly dry robe, and you are standing on the stone next to Olgrim. The ghoul appears to be agitated and takes a couple steps to the right and then back into his position. He seems disorganized, not sure what to do.
to the right. To our right?
To his right.
His right.
Facing him, since no one else is going, walking along this outcropping
Okay.
and following its path to get more of a 90-degree angle on him as opposed to our initial angle.
That'll work, yeah. You don't get much closer to him at all, but you are able to arc out in a roughly 90-degree angle, which agitates him more. Now he doesn't know where to look. He seems very confused. There's not a big, mastermind tactical genius going on inside of his head. There's some hissing sound, and you're just lightly walking and splashing at a couple inches of water as you're on this risen stone section.
Are you staying back, Elf?
Come on. Come with us.
Did you get a small piece of paper when we started? I just want to make sure. Okay.
No.
I'm just checking.
Although,
Um,
if you're going, I'm going to ride on your shoulders. If you're staying back, I will stay back with you.
hop on, buddy.
Okay.
You hop on.
I was going to go from riser to riser,
You
but
can with disadvantage.
Just get me to the stones and I can get off. I wasn't going to ride
Yeah, but he wants to be cool. He's an elf.
yeah. All right, I'll try it with this event. No, because I'll dump the goblet if I fail. All right, I will. I'll get Puck over to the first of the risers.
All right, Puck, you are on the first of the risers. I'm afraid 1.5 inches of your boots will get wet.
No!
You are now disadvantaged on all rolls. No, just kidding. So you are now standing on, imagine whatever your fears are, and you're standing on a thin balance beam. That's what Puck's dealing with right now. And the spooky part for you, Puck, is you can't even see Elmon's boots as they disappear just a couple feet. It's dark water. And then, Elmon, what were you doing, climbing up with him?
Hop up on the riser, and then I'm gonna kind of move forward, riser to riser.
Okay. Make an acrobatics roll.
Or not.
What'd you roll?
An 8.
An 8.
He slips on some moss.
Mm-hmm.
You slip on a slippery stone and you leap and miss and come up short and take 1 point of bludgeoning damage to your knee as it hits. And the ghoul charges you.
Me?
Charges you. You moved closer than it liked. And it's charging you at a speed of... It will take a couple turns to get there. Take 2 turns to get there. So it's splashing through the water now. Ah! and splashing and leaping over some of these little stone long things and closing in.
Okay. Can we roll for initiative?
We sure can.
What? I was gonna do a spell without that.
Okay.
You can go for it.
Maybe it's cast firebolt.
Firebolts. Let's roll for initiative then.
Oh,
Let's do some initiative. Done. Initiative is a go.
Come on, Ogre.
Elmon, you're up.
I'll
I
draw
take
my
alert
short
a
sword.
second
No, I'm
time?
kidding.
What's that?
I said I'm going to draw my short sword. Then no.
No.
I will shoot my bow.
You line up a shot. You've got it. Take your shot.
11.
11. I'm pretty confident it's a miss. It is decidedly a miss.
And the second shot, about a 27.
First shot was just, it's like an artillery, locating shot. The
Mhm.
If I
second
may,
shot hits dead on.
rangefinder.
Was the first shot including your blessing of +4?
Oh no, it wasn't.
Add a D4. That's
Ogre for the win.
Oh, 15.
Is a hit.
All right. So first shot then did 5 points of damage. Do I add the D4 onto the damage?
yeah.
No. It's the attack and saving throws.
Okay. So
5 points in, and then the second shot hits.
second shot hits.
With wounded now.
Is it a monstrosity?
It is not. It
Okay.
is undead.
Just 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. All right. Shook, shook. You hit it.
Weak arrow shots there.
And it stumbles a bit, but still is coming at you. No, it's ours! And comes barreling at. Next up, obviously,
Little
now
help here.
is Avius.
Avius shoots firebolt.
Firebolt comes twisting through the darkness.
And
Don't forget your D4.
yeah, I'm gonna.
4.
It's
Four.
4, D4, that would D6.
Oh damn it!
It's the one that doesn't go higher than 4.
That's pretty good.
3, 4, 10.
10 goes well wide and misses. Anything else you want to do? Otherwise, the dwarf Ulgrim will go.
Charging along the stone pathway that I was on
Okay.
towards the location where he's at.
Okay.
If I'm going to go past, then I jump into the water to make the distance.
All right, that's going to take you some time, so you're doing it now. The ghoul is moving and is going to be in attack range next round. And Puck, you're up. Attack range of Elmon only.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how close? Is he within 60 feet?
Yes.
I will cast Frostbite at him, which is a Constitution save.
Constitution save is a 14.
No.
Really? You have a high spell DC?
Yeah, it's
Should be on the.
it's 14.
All right, he
Never mind.
passes.
Close.
Totally passes.
What about the blessing?
No,
that's,
that would have been on the.
that's for his saving throws, not this guy's saving throw. It doesn't work that way.
Doesn't add some.
Nope. Elmon, you are up. This thing is about 30 feet away, charging right at you.
I will fire 2 more arrows.
All right, shot 1 hit, shot 2 hits. Shot 3 now is being fired. Roll it.
Oh, okay. Oh. 7 plus 9, 16.
Is a hit.
15 points of damage.
And the third shot slays the ghoul. You hit it in near the belly area, and it can't keep going, and it stops and then collapses over one of these long lines of stone and is just laying dead, draped over the.
That was easy.
Puck's gonna get within range of the brazier and use cantrip to light it, or attempt to light it.
Okay. And it had a decent range on there, I think we said, right?
30.
30 feet.
Cool. All right, you you got to hop
100
over. Let's make an
ghouls.
agility roll to see how dry you
I
can
will,
stay.
since I'm already wet,
You're going to help him out?
I will carry the goblin.
Thank you, Elf.
All right, you take the fish-smelling goblin over towards
Yeah.
the within 30 feet of the brazier, and then Puck, you light it up. You do notice something a little different when you light it up. Where was it? The brazier lights up. There is a small amount of material inside, fuel, that can be lit up. Sorry, where did it go? As you cast a fire, it flashes a little bit, becomes a little warm, adds some reassuring light to this dark space, and immediately beyond it, 100 feet on the far wall, a slightly whitish portal opens on the far wall. The portal is rimmed in blue light, and it's wide enough that a wagon could even roll through it, but you can see it is closing quickly. And before you can do anything, Puck and Elmon, you are attacked by undead from underneath the water. 2 moss-covered, zombie-like putrid beasts rise up and vomit forth leeches on the both of you. Weird, maggoty leeches are vomited on you guys. Let me...
Why are you looking at me?
You glaring at the wizard?
Yep.
You wanted to attack in the first place.
I didn't even want to be here.
Oh, it's Puck and Olgrim, that's right.
We have them now, Puck.
I tried to leave.
Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Puck, you have only 3 leeches upon you, and only 4 on Elmon, and these leeches are going to be lightly biting at you and trying to hurt you. And we will start a new round of combat. Guess who's first? It is Elmon Yabael. Yabael.
Bael.
You're up first. You see, you are 30 feet away from the brazier. Let me do some little quick miniature action. That's you, that's Puck. There's a little stone thing right there. Olgrim, you stopped your charge because it wasn't necessary a couple of minutes back. You're right there. And then Avius, you're way over here.
And the white cap is the portal there?
Yeah.
All right.
No.
No.
That's the
Brazier, sorry.
And then over here.
Oh, portal's
over
way
there is the
okay.
portal.
Portal is off the map. I shoot an orange one on the floor, a blue one on the wall.
You've got these 2 guys right.
So, do I know what they are? Are they ghouls? Are they...
They are not ghouls. They appear zombie-like in nature. You have not fought anything like this before, but they appear very much like zombies. However, they are not alone. Olgrim, you can see as you see things rise up and grab and vomit on top of your friends, you see out of the darkness more shapes.
We're not alone.
You don't say.
You see, Olgrim, there are 4 walking corpses not too far away from you that rise out dripping water. And 2 more on the other side of your friends. And 1 not too far away from Avius. 1 not too far away from Avius. And lastly, you see another ghoul drop down in the midst of your group from the ceiling. Again, this lanky figure dropped down. It is a new round of combat. Elmon, you're up. Oh, and one last thing. When that portal is there, whether it matters to you or not, I don't know. It's wide, but it is shrinking at a not so slow pace.
But it's at the ground level, so something could pass through, or is it high up in the air?
No, it's at ground level. There's actually liquid passing through at this very moment.
Oh.
Oh, and beyond, you can see it is a clean, pristine, lit area that it's going to. Elmon.
Okay. Elmon will draw sword and buckler and engage and look at them kind of like he's surprised and engage in melee combat.
Okay. You've got your sword and buckler out, your shield away. That will be your bonus. And you've got this thing right there next to you. You want to attack? Go for it.
I do. And I'm going to Hunter's Mark it.
Your bonus action was used to draw.
Shit. No. Still might be better with disadvantage.
You got 5 seconds.
You know what? I'm going to keep the bow out. Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
The ghoul right in front of me. And take the disadvantage. Because I have a plus 1d4 to attack.
A blessing. Got it.
Yeah. All right. So attack roll. First attack is a 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plus 9 is 16.
Hits. This is disadvantaged arrow shot. Hits.
And not a monstrosity, I assume?
No, these are undead.
5, 6, 10 points of damage on the first shot.
Okay.
And the second shot is going to be a 19.
Also a good hit.
And that is going to be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage.
2 solid hits. Nice job. Next is, no surprise here, Olgrim.
Ooh.
He seems surprised.
Moving into the fray with... are there any between myself and my compatriots?
There is one between you and Puck. So you're about maybe 20, 30 feet away from Puck, and there's one right next to him. And there's some about 15 feet away from you on the other side. These 4 walking.
I will advance on the one that's near Puck and begin to pummel it.
Ignoring the ones closest to you and jumping across the water. Within your movement, you can move to get there, and you can attack this thing. Go for it. This is the one next to Puck.
We'll do so. Well, I imagine a 19, even without the blessing, would still hit.
Sure.
That is 10 points of damage.
Okay.
Second slash.
Chunk.
That is a hit with 24 and 7 points of damage.
Describe what you did.
It was a slash at first, kind of give that kind of cinematic where they straighten up like I cut something significant, and then running them through the back where the sword points through the stomach.
Elmon, by the way, how many leashes did I say you had? 4?
Yes.
You take 4 points of necrotic damage as they are eating away at you. And your...
we make for the portal.
The opponent that you're fighting seems to be slightly empowered by those leeches.
Okay.
The slower moving dead that 4 appeared next to Olgrim, they chase you, Olgrim, moving through the water. They're slow, so they have to take all of their effort just to get to you. They are now behind you. They will be attacking next turn. You're kind of swarmed a little bit.
Are they on top of him?
They're right on top of him. And then Avius, you have the same problem. One moved and did a move and got real close to you, one of these zombie-type guys. Another one, however, has moved and gotten right on top of you and reaches out to claw at you with a 12.
What type of damage?
This is bludgeoning. 12 to hit, though, is the thing. Which arm?
No, he doesn't.
All right, he tries and misses. And next up is Puck.
The guy right next to me, I'm going to stab at with my spear.
Okay. Which one is next to? There's a couple next to you.
The one in between Olgrim and...
All right.
Oh, I thought... Did he...
No, he did get hit.
Did he die?
No.
Oh, okay.
22.
That's a hit.
6 points of damage.
Okay. You stab and wound the ghoul that has landed between the middle of the group. Charges Elmond from the rear. Elmond, how much damage was it again, Puck? 6? 6. Elmond, you can hear it splashing and coming and hissing at you. And it also says, "This is ours." And it reaches out with a claw for Elmond. Let's see, where are we at? Yep, there we go. Oh, terrible. 6. It trips over a stone barrier and underneath the water and has no idea And Avius, you're up.
This is our old I hate this place. I told you to move it.
Never mind, you can have it.
I cast Earth Armor on myself.
Why don't we have OSHA?
Okay.
And with that, automatically Blade or Arcane Ward is automatic. He's not 15. And then I'm engaged, yeah.
Yes, you are. One of these zombies on either side of you.
So there would be 2 opportunity attacks should I choose to move.
If you moved, and yeah, if you moved away, they would get 2 opportunity attacks. If you, what the casting the Earth Armor, was that your action?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can use your action to disengage and then move, but you've already used your action.
Yeah. I'm gonna risk it. Move.
All right, where are you moving to? Towards the stairs out, or towards your friends?
Towards my friends.
All right, splash into the water. You turn your back to 2 of these zombies, and they claw at you. Oh man, I won't even roll the second one. One claws and kills the other. Destroys it, shredding it, mistaking it for you, and they attack each other. One is dead. You're leaving this carnage behind you with
Nice.
a glee. Nicely done.
How did you do that?
Puck, by the way, you took 3 points of damage as leeches attack you, which seems to aid the
Run for the portal!
the thing that did it to you. Puck, the creature that vomited on you earlier, this weird putrid beast, also strikes at you with a big fisty attack of 23.
Oh, that'll hit.
Slams Puck hard for 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And the other one that's next to Elmon of these putrid vomits forth more of these things on you. 4 more have been added to you. More of these leeches all over you. And we are at a new round. Elmon, you're up.
Are we going for the portal?
Yes. Yeah.
To the portal.
All right. How far away is the portal?
Portal is 100 feet away.
Not for me.
One turn for me.
Elmon will move.
Okay, you're doing a move. Elmon, that will trigger 2 guys to get an attack on you.
I will move.
All right. The ghoul next to you strikes out and gets a 14.
Miss.
Okay. And the putrid guy in front of you is slamming you again. Oh, with a 7. They get nothing. The elf dances past them with ease. And
Does the move also take my bonus action?
No.
As a bonus action, can I rip one of these leeches off?
No, it takes your full. You can do an action to get 1d3 of them off. A bonus action can get 1 of them off.
Okay, I'll take my bonus action after moving 70 feet
70 feet.
towards the portal.
All right. We'll say it's moderately difficult terrain, so it doesn't affect you at all.
Right.
All right. You dancing over the water, dancing and over these stone things, and
With leeches just hanging.
yeah, it's very graceful except for the leeches and you screaming, "Ah, leeches!
Get him off of me! Get him off!
Olgrim, you've got 4 zombies behind you and one of these vomiting things right in front of you you've been hacking at.
Fantastic.
Oh, Elmon, you take damage.
7 points of damage?
7 points.
I will. Where's my guys here? That's what I need to do. Where's Puck? Where's Avius? Okay. I don't think so.
You're gonna fight?
I gotta hold them
Everybody
back.
said run for the portal.
Oh no, we're running, but
you're the
you've got
slowest.
Stumpy.
You're the slowest.
You gotta go, Stump.
All right then.
We'll take care of it.
Take care of it. Okay. We'll begin to move.
You are going to move, triggering not 1, not 2, but 5 opportunity attacks against you.
Opportunity attacks. This is give me a quick second here. Really, that's one that uses the bonus move. That's that. That's a lot of damage. A lot of potential damage.
They're gonna miss. Come on, they always miss.
They've all missed so far.
And he fell. Okay, well.
You good?
I'm good. Let's do it.
He runs. They attack with a 19.
19 will hit.
Okay, you've been hit for 4
I'm
bludgeon.
assuming the shield is still... No, the shield I would still have up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would not hit then.
Okay. And then all of these zombies just reach out to grab you. You duck underneath their grasps. However, the putrid vomitous fellow, he is not doing any action at all and is focusing more on Puck and saving his reaction.
Damn it all.
You are able to go 25-25 or no, 20-20. What is it? What's your move speed?
20-20.
20-20. All right. Right about there, maybe. Good to go. The zombies follow you and are giving chase and cannot attack, however.
Hey. That's fine. I can deal with it.
It's this really slow foot chase going on there. Stump chase, and...
No, foot chase works too.
Zombie that killed its friend behind you, Elmon, also doesn't move.
No,
Avius. Sorry. And is right behind you, so you are engaged again, but it does not get a chance to attack you now.
Okay.
And the ghoul is surprised and spins around and attacks Avius. Oh, man. I'm having some bad undead luck over here. Spins around and misses and just hisses. And Huck, you're up.
Nimble escape out of there. So disengage.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Bonus action.
Nice.
You are disengaged.
Going to turn into a bear
All
as
right.
my action. And then I'm going to move close to Olgrim, so hopefully we can do a little rider.
Little bear back
little
again.
rider. Yeah.
This is a
some-
party combo now.
yeah.
All right. The bear goes underneath the brazier, charging through the water, leaping over stone mini barriers, and you are alongside Olgrim right now. And that's gone. That's
Leaving
gone.
the wizard.
Leaving the wizard.
yeah,
I know.
in the back.
He's the one that told us to run.
Flashbacks!
Avius, you've got 2 putrid zombies about 20 feet away from you, blocking you from your friends. You've got a ghoul right in front of you and a zombie right behind you. What do you do?
I, as a bonus action, use Misty Step.
What does that do?
Things the DM was not prepared for.
Briefly surrounded by silvery mist, I teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that I can
Whoa! We've never used this one. Was it level 1 that's just been sitting there forever?
see. It's a 2.
All right. So that's a bonus
It's a
action.
bonus action.
And where are you going?
30 feet.
30 feet this way? Okay.
Well, no, like towards the portal.
That's about 30 feet right there.
Okay.
You can do that 30 feet. Okay. That's your bonus action.
And then I'm going to move.
All right. And a move. And your move is the normal 30. That puts you just slightly ahead of Elmon. Nice. Avoiding all the ghouls, teleporting out of there. There's a little steamy smoke, and then you appear, and the ghoul is just surprised as all hell.
The guy that saved his reaction is now regretting that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The putrid zombie guys are moving. I don't know what their speed is. Give me 1 second. Okay. They are closing in also on Puck. So we've got Avius and Elmon up in the lead. You can probably get there in another turn. It has the portal to the portal. The portal has lost half of its diameter already. And behind you guys, about 20 feet, are Puck and Olgrim. And right behind those two are just a gaggle of undead just chasing you through this dark, murky water. It's a new round. And Avius... Sorry, not Avius, Elmon.
How far away from the portal am I now?
Very close. You're, you did 70, 30, 40. You're about 50 feet away.
Okay. I will move.
Okay.
35 feet. Turn. Fire an arrow.
All right. Who are you shooting at? Your hunter's mark guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Fire away.
That definitely a hit with 26.
Okay. Hit.
He's injured, right?
Yes.
15 points of damage.
Ooh, big hit. And your second shot?
If he's still up, we'll go to
Still
him.
up.
Natural 20.
So do max damage plus your proficiency.
So that'd be 8, 12, 18,
He's had enough.
19, 20,
He's calling timeout on this.
34.
21 points of damage.
All right. Describe that for us if you would.
So Elmon nimbly leaps riser to riser to riser, spins dramatically, fires his first arrow, which hits him in the shoulder and spins him halfway around, and the second arrow goes in, just cleaves right into his in one side of his ear, out the other, and he just drops like a sack of potatoes.
Puck, you're running through this stuff, and you hear this thing about ready to vomit on you, and then arrows whistle right past your ear. And then you hear a splash. You don't even look back behind you. Nice. Nice. Done. Olgrim.
Did you use your bonus action?
Oh, my bonus action will be to remove another one of the leeches.
Okay. Or did you want to do your bonus action now or at the beginning of your next turn, I think it is, or something like that?
Yeah, beginning of next turn.
Okay. Moving another leech, and then take your leech damage.
6 points now.
How close are these guys?
They're on you.
27.
Oh, they're right there.
There are 2 zombies on you and one of the putrid zombies on Puck.
You're in bear form?
Mm-hmm.
I will mount Puck.
For the second time. I love hearing that, yes.
I don't know if that triggers opportunities or
I
not.
thought you were going to say,
Buck's been pretty lucky lately. He said,
I'll
2
be
round
gentle.
mounds of flesh.
You handled my weight well.
He's had practice.
I'm not sure if that triggers opportunities.
if you want, you can disengage and then move onto Puck, and you'll be fine. Or you can just move onto Puck, make an attack, and then take the opportunity attacks against you. Your choice.
I will disengage, move onto Puck.
Okay?
I will then spend my action surge
Okay?
to attack
All right.
while I'm on Puck. And
You've got this...
the one that is trying to get to Puck.
that's
is
the
one I'm
putrid
doing.
guy right there.
Cool.
That's the one I'm doing.
Okay.
Doing that. Doing that. Let's throw the inspiration in there. This is dramatic. There's some damage stuff going on. And rolling. For that, 17. And if I need more, I can...
No, that's a hit.
Okay. That's a hit with 8 points of damage.
Chop to the guy. Keep going.
Excuse me. I'm following that up with a maneuvering attack. I'm adding 1 superiority die. This will add to the damage of the roll.
Okay, this is one of your fighter bonuses.
I'm directing the movement to Puck.
Okay.
This will add 2 more points of damage. Puck can now move. You haven't spent a reaction?
Mm-mm.
No?
No? You can move up to half your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Sweet.
20
From
feet.
The
location.
mounted group leaves. Oh! That was fantastic because... Wait, do you have another attack coming?
I do, but I think
Oh, you
I'm,
just moved.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
out.
That's fantastic because next up are the zombies, and I just rolled a regular hit and a critical hit against you, Olgrim. But that doesn't happen. You just moved out of range, and they've got to try and chase you, and they're very slow. And next up is...
Goes away.
Puck.
Nicely done. Clever. I like it.
Movement. I mean, I guess get where
You can go through the portal
Let's
if you want.
go through the portal.
All right, the portal's getting narrow, and your bear form charges through. Olgrim, you have to duck a little bit, And the two of you are through the portal into a nice stone wide chamber, and then just splashing in some of the black water. The portal's bottom lip, if you will, was lower than the water earlier, so gallons of this muddy water spilled in, but now that it's shrunk in size, you're just stepping on wet stone. Avius, you are running like crazy. You race past Elmon, who is just covering fire behind. You get through the portal, and Elmon, you then jump through the portal right as it comes closed. And everything is quiet. It is lit. It is bright. But there are no nasty things trying to kill you. And what you see in this space you have arrived at is this room.
100 ghouls.
This room is a duplicate of the last one you just left, but it's nearly pristine with dry, bright stone. Instead of coming down the stairs into the room like you did before, there's a wall where the portal just was that is now closed behind you. What else was I going to say? You step on wet stone. You can see a large unlit brazier swinging gently in the center of the room. There are long, curved, what look like seating areas for a large group to sit around this brazier set up. There are lots of lanterns, though, that are lit up that are casting light around into the room. And on the far wall, on the opposite wall, is a strange, tallish metal contraption.
Don't light the brazier.
Out of the fire and into the very clean and pristine room.
And Olgrim starts walking around.
Oh, the stone is lovely.
And I would like to analyze the age of the stone.
Okay.
Or determine its properties.
Make a history roll. I keep saying lore. History roll.
Avius would like to do her...
16?
Go ahead, Avius.
I'm not adding bonus blessing onto that, right?
You are not. It's attack and saving throw rolls.
Attack and save. So 16.
Natural 20. Nice. Olgrim, you identify this as being 400 years old, and it is the same time frame you believe the other place is.
Okay.
You believe the room you're in is within the temple structure you came from, but not physically connected in any way, just portally connected. And as you look around, there are no other exits that you can see currently from this large chamber.
All right.
Avius, you identify this. You've already identified this religion. Do you recall what it was? There was Ozarek, the god of truth.
Oh.
You're able to identify now, seeing some symbols and sigils on the floor more clearly, that this is still the forgotten god Ozarek, god of truth. Not necessarily god of nicety, just the god of truth. And this is a big meeting area where they can meet for lots of prayers and expose truths as needed for their followers' benefit, or the benefit as they saw it for the world. What would you guys like to do?
You said there was some sort of contraption somewhere?
Yes. Bar wall.
Moving cautiously, Elmon will start to approach that.
Okay, you're over on that side of the room. It's a metal framework attached to the wall of iron and some interesting colored panels of metal that you're not too familiar with. And it's in the outline of the wide portal that you came from in the other room, if that makes any sense. So if this was a echo of that room, this would be where that portal was, but now it's a metal frame that's there.
Does it like...
Oh, there's also a body at the foot of the wall here.
Oh, okay. So remembering what happened to Puck, recently, I will be wary of a trap there.
Okay.
The body, does it look recent?
Make a medicine roll.
And the other thing that I want to know is based off like the dust in the room and stuff. Has this room been occupied recently? Does it look like it's currently, would be in use sometime soon? But all right, first off, medicine roll would be a 16.
It is a body of a ghoul, and it is the back half of a ghoul. So imagine a ghoul that has been split straight down.
Probably by the portal.
Straight down the middle. Horizontally, whatever it is, laterally.
Okay.
Back half.
Oh, I assume once I got through the portal, did the leeches... What happened to the leeches?
Rip them.
We totally forgot about that. Leeches.
How does that work when I had the leeches as Puck and I turned into the bear? When I turn back into Puck, am I going to have leeches? How does that work?
That's a great question. We will say that you lost half the leeches and half of them stayed with the bear form.
Okay.
So how many
there's 3, so I have...
We round down in this system. So you take 1 point of damage, and then you got rid of that.
Okay.
How many did you have, Elma?
6.
Roll a D3.
What forms can you take?
So 1, 2 will be 1, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. 6, so 3.
Okay, so you took 3 points
off.
of damage.
And took 3 off.
Right.
So that's down to 24.
Okay.
And then
Next
again,
round.
3, so I got rid of 2.
So you take 1 more point of damage, and then it's gone after that.
Okay.
All right, you guys, so there's a couple moments of spastic, as though there's a spider in the room type freaking out, of patting the stuff off of you.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast a 2nd level Cure Light Wounds on myself.
That's pretty big for you.
Yeah. 16.
Damn.
What?
Nice.
Puck just steps back. Nice.
16, so that'll be 39 is where I'm at. Okay. So I'm over there investigating that. I had asked if the room was used. Did I roll a natural 20 on that or something?
No.
No? Okay.
That was a nice try.
So investigation?
Yes.
18.
18. The room has shown signs of use, you think, sometime in the last few months, but not a lot of use.
Okay.
And very little when there was. Just
Okay.
a couple footsteps around this contraption.
Okay.
And around the brazier.
So what's all this then?
I don't know. I have no idea what all this is.
Does contraption have levers, switches, or anything to indicate its operation?
You may make a... I don't know.
Jewel roll.
I think let's do No, let's do lore. It's lore.
Lore being history.
Dang it! History.
History says 11.
11. You don't see much of anything, Olgrim. He ripped some sections off.
Don't need this. I'm an efficiency expert.
I mean, if there's nothing else going
You
on,
look
I mean, you
knightly.
guys could look at it too.
Do it.
21.
21. You are... That was your lore, your history
History.
roll. Dang it. You see... this contraption has, you're not sure how it functions. You don't see any levers or switches like Olgrim was looking for. What you do see is attached to it are 2, what was I going to say? Where's it at? 2 Wakreen panels. They're used in construction of permanent portals by people who are not highly magically inclined, so it helps offset their lack of magical ability. And if removed carefully, they can be worth quite a bit to the right buyer back in the city.
What's the name of the
Wakreen, Wecrine. It's a type of metal.
Oh.
Kind of got this yellowish gold color to it.
So where are we and how do we get out of here?
these are quite rare panels that make up this fixture. It's used to make a permanent portal of sorts. And suppose we could try to determine how to go through it.
What's the spacing on these portals?
What do you mean?
Are they within reach? And are they close together or very far apart?
There's no portals that you can see.
The panels. Sorry, not portals.
Panels. They are slotted in the left side and then the right side. So a wagon's width, whatever that is, 8-10 feet wide.
Puck's gonna take Puck form again
Okay.
and light the brazier.
All right. So with your cantrip.
Be careful, Puck.
Puck, you light up the brazier and shoo, a portal appears on the original wall where you came from, and dark water starts to spill in.
Oh, where we came from?
Where you came from. Dark water starts to...
I'm gonna shut it down.
Hold on, I haven't finished describing it. Dark water starts to spill in, and you can see a dark room beyond it. The portal is staying open this time, and it's not closing like the last time. And you can see no movement and no undead on the other side, where you would expect them to be right there charging in. There's nothing. It's smooth, still water, other than the water that's now pouring in.
So if I
That
use,
water's still dark.
if I use the same cantrip to put the fire out, does the portal go away?
I don't know. You want to try that?
Yes, that's why I'm gonna put it out.
All right, you do so, and as you do so, you hear Avius just going, wait, and it's too late. You've turned it off because Avius, now around the contraption, another portal opened up.
Uh-huh.
You saw something briefly, you weren't sure what, it's another space, and then boom, it's gone.
Okay, it opens up both portals, apparently. Did I even... I probably didn't even...
No.
You opened up the portal, Buck. You opened up this portal here.
We going forward?
Well,
There's no other exit. We go back where we came from, which looks different, but the same. There's no.
can you define that a little better?
There's none of the guys we were just fighting are there. It looks to be that way.
Olgrim gets close to the portal and peers through at a much closer
Which one?
range.
The back one.
The back one. The one we came through.
You head over there, you sidestep the water that's still just gushing in.
But didn't you just close it?
Oh, yeah, he closed it. Yeah, it's a wall.
Oh,
So, well, hold up.
He's just snapping his fingers and flicking it on and off and on and off.
Digitate all day.
yeah, it's true.
Why don't we... Olgrim and I will cover the portal that we just came from to look in and make sure that there's no immediate danger. Avius, you can check out the other portal to see what's there. If anybody hollers to put out the flame, you can put out the flame and shut the portals down. And then we can kind of make a decision after we see what we're looking at from both ends.
What's the safe word?
Banana.
I like it.
Before I do that, I'm a little beat up, so I'm gonna take care of that real quick.
Big heal?
17.
Hey. He had to show up the elf.
Guessing that at 3rd level, though.
Yes.
That's a first level heal.
Okay, I'll relight the brazier.
All right, Puck's in the middle of this brightly lit room. Zoom. The brazier's lit up. It has plenty of fuel. And
I have bow out and like arrow drawn.
okay, and Olgrim, you're with him on the original side of the room you came through. Is that right?
Correct. I don't know if I'm right with you because don't you need like range or something?
No, you guys are right there.
All right.
All right, the portal opens up and dark water starts pouring in and pouring in. You guys are off to the side, not getting too wet. And what were you looking for?
Ghouls?
You see no ghouls. You see the dark room beyond. You can just barely see the brazier in the old original room there. is unlit, just hanging there, and no movement, nothing.
I mean, but it looks exactly like the room that we were in.
Yes.
As far as I can tell, that goes back to where we were.
Yes, you can see the last
any
few
corpses
steps
or anything in
that you hopped over to get there.
Yeah. Any ghoul corpses or anything where like they died?
No.
Was that brazier lit in the next room?
In the portal you're looking through, it is a dark room. Nothing's lit up.
Wasn't it lit when we left?
Yeah, but it was
'cause we
also
had lit it.
closing. Once it closed, it probably went out, and there wasn't a lot of fuel.
Okay, we got nothing over here. What do you got, Avius?
And Avius, you're at the far end of the room looking through the portal at the contraption, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. You see a portal to an entirely new location. It is the interior of a mausoleum made of white and green marble. Several sarcophagi can be seen. They're sealed off with nameplates on there that read names like D. Lewardson, H. Lewardson, names you haven't heard before. You can see heavily filtered daylight coming in through glass windows. That's a glass dome over the mausoleum that comes down through. There's also a plaque near the heavy iron door that reads Necropolis construction date 652 IA, which is a year of the Empire. So it's about 100 years old by your guess. And you recall the knight who wrestled with Olgrim in the mud pit mentioned he worked at a place called the Necropolis back in the city of Tullus.
Do I see a brazier?
You look, you see no brazier. You see a doorway that is inside this mausoleum. There's a door that opens, a metal door that opens, and as it opens, you hear a man cry out in pain. In this doorway is a hooded skeletal figure wearing a reddish robe, and behind him in this smaller room, again, this is inside this new portal area, is a mausoleum. There's another room beyond that, is a man hanging from chains. The skeletal figure speaks out angrily, "Your orders were to... Who are you?" And he looks at you, Avius.
Banana.
I am Avius Catorum. Who are you?
Hearing that,
Really got to stop giving out your name. just saying, it's going to come back to us.
No, I have Equifax. It's all good.
I have life luck.
hearing that, Elmon will turn and see what's going on.
All right, you want to go over in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay. Elmon, you're going over there. Avius, you can see the front half of a ghoul's body is laying on the other side of this portal. And you can also sense that this portal that you're looking at is quivering and it will disappear within moments.
I'm not through it. I'm just looking.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's not stable. You think it was not designed to be opened up twice in such a quick fashion as has just happened with the relighting. And if you have any interest in going through, you have enough time to go through and no one else will have time to go through.
I do not.
Okay.
Not ready for adventure?
With moderation.
The skeletal figure steps a few steps closer into the mausoleum and looking, tilting its skeletal hooded head and looking past you, Avius, into the portal, trying to figure out what's going on.
How close is Puck?
Puck, you are 100 feet from either portal in the middle of the room.
Okay.
Do I have a clear line of sight on this thing?
Not quite. Avius is blocking it. You can kind of see the figure, and the figure can kind of see you.
Can I kind of get a bow shot at it?
Not yet. However, the figure will speak. And he speaks not to you, Avius. He speaks beyond you and into the lit room behind you and says, "You struck our king amongst the towers, and now we have earned your name, Elmon.
Oh.
And the portal that he's at collapses just as an arrow hits the wall that is left behind. And we will stop there for tonight. Having made allies of the Bogligs, and in Puck's case, more than just allies, the heroes discovered a strange man calling out to a monstrous water beast. On their way back to the city, the adventurers stopped by an old temple to explore its depths. Finding a room covered in both water and undead, they leapt through a portal into a nearly identical room. From there, they looked through a second portal and got a peek at a skeletal man who called out Elmon by name. Thank you, Christopher, Chris, Seth, Tim, and thank you, listeners, for joining us on the show. And if you want to help out the podcast, let a friend know about us or post a recommendation online for others to help find us. And leave us a comment on our website, ingloriousbards.com, or our social media accounts, and let us know what you think of the episode. All music has been officially licensed or used through Creative Commons as listed on our website. And if you're interested in the sound effects you heard, check out the great sounds at Sirenscape.com. What does the skeletal man behind the portal mean to the adventurers? Will they seek out the lost merchant friend, or will they head straight back to the city of Talus to get into even more trouble? Until next time.